right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome to episode 89 of the Ready, Set, Blow podcast for July 12th, 2018. Wednesday, July 12th, 2018. I looked it up before the show, Chase. I have to. I'm fucking retarded otherwise. I keep saying retarded. Probably shouldn't say that anymore. It's like no longer in the nomenclature, I think.
I mean,
just like the word, faggot. You can't really say that anymore either.
I mean, I still exist. I still exist. I mean,
it does still exist.
I mean, I'm not gonna say either no or yes. Either way, I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent. Well, anyway, that third voice you guys hear is none other than Kyle McNally, winner of the 2018 March Comedy Madness at Comics down in, was that Mohegan Sun or Foxwoods? I always forget.
Okay. It was Mohegan Sun, yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm coughing.
Do you want to thank you want to thank Randy for that credit?
Yeah, thank you.
I know.
Everyone, they all know who I am.
Yeah.
They all know what I'm talking about.
I just threw that out there.
There's no need for the video now. They get it.
They get it.
It's fucking Kevin Hart than you, right?
Yeah.
Kyle McNally, my man, what's going on, brother?
Nothing.
I know, fresh off work.
Yeah, working, weekday. Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm bored during the week, man. I am.
What time do you get out of work?
I work till 5, but I can usually sneak out around like 4 there.
So you work for the city, huh?
I work, I work for housing. It's
Yeah, and you can sit back if you want. You can slide this bad boy back.
Oh, baby.
I don't need you to.
Man, I'm all right for now. Jeez.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys
Just trying to get Kyle comfortable.
Question of my core strength. I can lean over. For a few.
I love my favorite story with Kyle is this is probably like 3 or 4 months ago. I was doing a set at McGreevy's and I do that bit where I take my hat off in the middle of it. And I get on stage. Kyle goes, "Wait a minute, you have fucking hair under there?"
Yeah.
He's like, dude. He's like, I would kill for that head of hair. What the fuck are you doing wearing a hat?
He's a good-looking kid with like hair, and he wears a hat every single night.
Yeah.
I heard that last night. Somebody was telling me, he's like, you should take your hat off. James Husey was telling me I take my hat off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'll try it.
Yeah, you got a good load of hair on you.
Quaff on me.
You can look in.
If I had a head of hair, I'd be down to my shoulders if I could.
Right.
When did you start losing it?
I don't know. It was always kind of thin.
You got some hair up there. I mean, you're not dead in the water.
It's hanging on. It's tough. It's got some harsh.
It's trying hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. It was always kind of like thin, but it got like in high school I had hair and shit. The last couple of years it's definitely gotten worse. The hairline's like completely gone at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You know,
wind,
you got a girlfriend, right? You're all done. You're fucking set. How long have you been with your girl?
Coming up on 3 years.
Oh, she putting the fucking squeeze on you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, because she knows you're a comedian, you're broke. So she's waiting for better options.
That's definitely part of it.
She's waiting for something better to come along.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, she might not be sold on me.
What'd you get into for the fourth big guy? Because I just got back from vacation. I'm all tan and shit and relaxed.
Yeah, you were down in Virginia, right? I'm sure you probably.
That's right.
Talked about it on the podcast.
No. This is the first one since we got back.
What did I do? I went down. I worked the 3rd, and then that night I shot down. My buddy has a beach house down in Duxbury. He just bought like a year ago.
Okay.
So I went down there. They were already there. My buddies were all drinking all day. I never got there. Everyone was hammered.
How did that work this year? Because obviously I'm not employed right now. Did they give people like Thursday and Friday off or Monday, Tuesday? What happened?
No, dude. I took Friday off, but I had to work every day except the 4th. But I don't really get like sent home early the day before. Like most offices, I'm sure did get sent home early the 3rd and shit.
Yeah.
But I sat down the beach, got drunk that night, went down the beach, drank for a little bit. The next day,
that's right. We've learned as we started the podcast that Kyle is not a casual drinker. He told me on the way up. He's like, it's really 12 beers or 0.
Yeah, he was asking if like I wanted a beer before this.
Right.
He's like, you drinking it? Like you want it? Like I'm like, oh, I don't care what you get. Like because I don't drink casually. If I drink, I'm going to have a good time.
You going heavy or don't come at all, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't drink like every night or anything, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really drink before I go on stage or anything, but, like, if I go with my buddies, I make a fool out of myself, like, 9 out of 10 times. You know, so it's bad.
It's like an episode, it's like Weekend at Bernie's and you're Bernie.
Yeah, but I honestly, I don't even, like, enjoy, really, like, 4 or 5 beers. Like, I never really have.
Well, no one likes the flavor of beer. You drink it because you want to get fucked up.
That's what I mean, but people, like, my buddies have, like,
a lot.
4 or 5 beers on a weeknight. Like they can go out and have a couple beers. I'm like, that's never been fun to me. That's not appealing to me.
I've never been that guy that's like, hey, after work I'm gonna crack a few beers. I've never been that guy.
I used to work construction, and we'd get not all the time, like very rarely actually with my company, but a lot of companies do it where you'll on like a Friday, you might sneak out and get like a beer at lunch. You go to like the bar, whatever's near the job site.
That's the kind of job I see Kyle at. The kind of job where you drink at lunch.
Like I would do it, but like it never really appealed to me because I'd be like, we still gotta go back and work. I'm just gonna get like tired if I have like 2 or 3. I mean, I'd have like 1.
At this point right now, our listeners are probably saying, "Wow, where is this guy from? There's no other place he could be from except Boston, Massachusetts."
Are we interviewing Peter Griffin? Yes, we are.
With the accent. So you're a Bostonian guy. You've always grew up in Boston?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, south or whatever.
Where originally, though? What part of town?
South Boston, Southie.
Okay. Oh. The white ghetto. All right.
My parents' basement.
Southie.
My parents' basement.
Southie. Still in the parents' basement?
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
How's that?
Not ideal. I mean...
Were you there the whole time? Or did you like have to move back in?
Yeah, no, I've been there the whole time.
Okay.
I didn't go to college or anything. Like,
do you have like a separate entrance, or you have to like go in and like kiss your mom when you're way downstairs?
I have like my basement back door.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you live?
I mean, I see my parents a ton. Like,
of course.
I mean, I have a girlfriend now. I stay at her place a decent amount, and in the summer, my parents like always away almost. So like every weekend they're away. I don't even.
So you've never? Let me ask you this, right? So you've always lived at your parents' basement. Well, parents from upstairs moved down to the basement.
Yeah.
You never you never got into a fight with them, and they're like, "Get the fuck out!" And then you come back at that point. Like I'm sure.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Some people have loving parents. Chase.
Yeah, dude. I deserved it. Trust me. Like I should have got kicked the fuck out. But
what'd you do?
There was times like where they'd be like fucking done with me. You know what I mean? And for a while, I'd pay like $50-$100 if I had it. Like I haven't been doing it lately. Like as I get older, I'm like more of a bum. It seems like it's terrible. But
yeah, give him a little something.
Dude, my mother is like the nicest person like in the world. It's like I really don't know how.
Are you like a big mama's boy?
Like in the sense that like I'm useless. Like you know what I mean? Like she still like takes.
That's
care
what I'm
of me
saying. She's like wiping crust out of your eye, and doing your laundry, and
exactly,
cutting the crust off your
but,
sandwiches
like,
and shit.
She'll flip out on me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm
Does she still hit you when you're like 28 years old? You get a whack with the spoon.
If I'm being a fucking idiot, she'll tell me. Like you know what I mean? Like if I need to be told I'm being a fucking idiot, she'll be the first one. You know, she's just the best. She's like the best person.
And your dad a good guy? Or is he?
Oh yeah. No, he's a good guy.
He's not an angry old man.
No. We'd always like go at it a little bit, but just because.
Just as 2 men living in a house, that's going to happen,
I was like
kind
a
of thing.
teenager and stuff. You know what I mean?
I got it.
But we never like fist fought.
I got it.
Like that.
I mean, like, dude, you'd be surprised, man. Most kids live with their not even kids. Like most 20-year-olds live with their parents nowadays.
Like, I grew up, like,
what I think is even kind of worse in some ways are like I know a lot of women do this. Like they'll just like move in and get like a 1-bedroom apartment in the city that their parents still pay for, just paying like $2,500 a month for a 1-bedroom just for them. It's like if you can't afford your own place, then you should have a little bit of cost of shame to go. Like it should be like a little bit of give back. Like you can't just have it all and not pay for it.
I mean,
But I don't mean to cut you off, Kyle. But in a sense, like if someone was to like offer it to you, and if to make it a little easier for you,
to not take it, you'd be crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
but I know what you're saying. You're kind of saying that you should go through a little grit to kind of.
Yeah, there should be some concept. There should be some payment you have to make. Like you can't just have a fly 1-bedroom apartment for no reason. You know, like if you don't have the money, like all right, go live at home. That's not great. And, like you have to like suck up a little bit of pride that you basically you're paying rent in pride a little bit. Like, but other than that, like you can't just like.
Like,
dude, I have friends with like 2-bedroom apartments and they just like live lavish in New York City and their fucking parents are on the hook for this shit.
I always like had jobs. Like I try my best to not have my parents pay for anything for me. You know what I mean? Like it's people listening to some of the think I'm a jackass because like I don't really pay.
That's
rent
not dude. A lot of listeners.
I have it easy. Don't get me wrong. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll buy like my own groceries here and there, but like not all the time. And she's like, I don't have. You know what I mean? I do have it easy, but like I don't like I don't ask them for money and shit. Like,
you're not hitting them up for a car.
No, like if I ever like do need to get my car fixed. Like my father might give me cash, and I'll literally like every single paycheck, I'm giving him like $200 till it's paid off. Like,
gotcha.
I pay it off immediately. You know what I mean? I've always like I've done that since I was like
pay your way.
Since I was like 16, 17, 18 when I had like summer jobs and shit.
Was your parents originally like Southonians? Are they?
Oh yeah, both.
Yeah,
Southonians. Is that what they call it?
They're both.
That's what I call them.
Both of them from Southie. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means like so they're like old school Southie. They're like not the new Southie now.
No, they're from
Yeah, so they understand how to work and all that stuff, and like
they're very good people. Like you know what I mean? Like they.
Yeah,
I'm a surprisingly like good person. I think when people like get to know me, like you know what I mean. Like they are good parents.
I've always loved you, Kyle.
I'm on the fence.
No, I mean like dude, a lot of people live with it. It's fucking tough out there, man. Kids. Do you have like a ton of college debt and shit too?
Me?
Did you go to school? Did you go to college?
I don't have any debt or anything.
That I mean, there you go. You're fucking already ahead of most of my friends.
I have like my own loan I've been paying off from like a
He's
couple
got
years
money.
ago, and that's it.
Randy, he has money. I smell it.
He's hiding. He's hiding some fucking cash.
I don't.
You're hiding.
I've been starting to save money this last like year, probably year and a half. I've been like taking
That's good.
money every single week and putting it into like an account I can't touch.
Yeah, that's smart.
Like,
I gotta stop spending money like a fucking animal. I'm running out.
So you didn't go to school. So I guess so you have a job now. So I guess where did you're like, hey, I can get up on stage and talk about this shit. Where did that come and where you wanted to be a comedian?
Yeah, I really don't know. I think now, like when I think about it, I think it was always kind of like I always liked comedy. I always like loved like making people laugh. I was always getting in trouble in school and shit. You know what I mean? And I think I always like and had it in the back of my head, but I was just always one of them things like I just like was like, oh, that's not like a real thing. Like,
it's not a real job.
I can't do that. You know what I mean? I just always like, especially I remember thinking it when I was young, like watching like terrible Comedy Central presents. I still love that shit. You know what I mean? And I'd be watching it just cracking up as a kid. Like, and I was like, I always liked being funny and shit. I don't know. And then somewhere I started when I was 24.
I was gonna ask how long. So you've been like about 4 years.
Right around when I turned 24. So like right around, my third full year just ended like right around like a month or two ago.
Okay.
It was right around when I turned 24. Yeah. So, and I just fucking, I think honestly, like maybe the year before that, I probably started like writing ideas I had on my phone because it would happen more.
Yeah.
I got into Opie and Anthony randomly, like late. Like Opie and Anthony started out in Boston and shit, and I still didn't really listen to him or nothing as a kid. Mm-hmm. And then randomly when I was like...
You want to tilt that mic down a little bit? Yeah, there you
Probably
go.
when I was like 21, 22, I randomly started listening to their old shit on YouTube, and I just started to love like Patrice O'Neal, Colin Quinn, fucking all those guys. Like
that's what my brother does. He still listens to all the old ones.
I would come home from like fucking whatever. I was working at like a pizza place or something, like, you know what I mean? I'd come home, be playing video games, and I would just Google like Opie and Anthony, the best of Bill Burr, and listen to that for like 3 hours. I'd be fucking cracking up. And then I started being like more and more like, these guys are just shitting on their friends. Like, that's all I've been doing my whole fucking life. You know what I mean? It's like, that's like what they're just sitting there shitting on their friends. And I started just writing ideas down. Like, by the time I first got on stage, I probably had fucking 10, 15 ideas written on my phone over the course of like a year, just randomly.
Yeah.
And they weren't fucking anything. And then I just finally, one day, I remember Mike Bain, actually. I was drunk. Mike Bain, Boston comedian.
Yep.
My buddy.
Shout out
He's
Mike.
from Southie.
I started with him.
Yeah, and he's from Southie originally. And I didn't even know him that great, but we knew each other like decent just from like having the same friends and shit. And I saw him drunk on Christmas night in front of like the Chinese food restaurant where everyone used to go. And I remember being like just talking to him, being like, dude, I think I kind of want to try doing comedy. And he was like, I don't know, dude, just try it. And I don't think he took me serious. And then my buddy had done it before, and I asked him if he wanted to start doing it again, and we just went to King's and started doing.
I was gonna say, where'd you start? King's used to do comedy.
King's, yeah. So King's had an open mic on Wednesdays.
They did, yeah.
And I loved it because it was the first place I got up. But
That's a good room. That was a good room.
The first like 2 months, maybe, I probably only did King's on Wednesdays and nothing else. The first like 2 months I started doing open mics.
Yeah.
That's
I
normal. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
When you first start, you're like...
And then you start to meet some people, and they're like, you gotta get up other places. And then I start going other places, and I'd be like, I hate this place. This sucks. Because I was like, I thought I was comfortable in King's. I thought I like knew what I was doing. You know what I mean?
So wait a minute. So when did they stop doing like the comedy at King's? 'Cause I used to work right across the street. I used to go there all the time.
They probably stopped like 2 years ago, probably. So when I started doing it, the kid Matt Shaves hosted it, and he was great. He was funny as shit.
Yeah.
He was a great host. He was fucking.
He was cool,
kept it moving. He was real. I liked him a lot. He moved to New York.
Matt who?
Matt Shaves. What's his name?
Shaves.
Yeah, really funny.
It's a cool last name.
Yeah, and then Angela Sawyer took it over, and then they pretty much turned it into like they used to do sometimes. I think
Donnie used to run it too a little bit.
he might have.
Yeah. Oh, you probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When I started, it was the dude Matt
It was
Shaves.
Matt
But
Shaves,
people
yeah.
would fill
Oh,
in
that's
and
the
that.
original. Yeah.
But I think I don't know if he was the original or not.
Shaves? He was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was a good room. I loved it.
Yeah.
Did people show up to that, or was it like all comics?
It was every once in a while I'd get people in there. There was always a decent amount of comics though, and I don't know. It's like where I first met like Artie, Tim, like Ian and Luke, like all my.
For those that don't understand, it's Artie.
Yeah, like, you guys
Artie.
know them. Like my buddies.
I
like,
know.
My
Yeah.
buddies that like I met and came
Yeah.
started out with. Like I met them all there. We all were always there every Wednesday.
I remember one time
Matt Miller, he was always there.
I have like a distinct memory of King's because it was a great room. It was like an open mic, so it actually like musicians could come in and do stuff too.
Yeah.
It was right on like
And it
Berkeley
was
College
right
campus.
There'd be like good musicians coming in.
Yeah. So
Was it the same night they did karaoke and shit? Because I remember they had like karaoke there too.
It probably is.
I
That
probably
little like,
did.
back red room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that, yeah.
Stage, that's where it was.
They
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
did. It wasn't on Wednesday nights. It was like just comedy and you could bring like if you're a musician, you
There's
could
like
do
an
it.
open
okay.
You could do like 2 songs.
I remember seeing I just have one like clear fucking memory. Like you always there's always like one place you always have like a memory about something. Like you could drive by 20 years later, you're like, oh, this place.
Yeah.
Fucking like Sam J comes in with fucking she's high as shit, and like just turned up and like came in with Tawanda, and I'm just like there, I'm waiting to get up, and she's like, are you about to ball out? I'm like, what are you
Ball out.
I'm like, I don't have my basketball sneakers. What are you talking? Like, she was like, she went up there like she just was like, I'm going up next. She went up next because she's a monster. So she's like, she's going up.
I remember seeing her at King's.
Yeah, and then like she just did some shit, and she was like so energetic. She pulled me to the side. She's like, Chase, if you're gonna fucking do this, you gotta ball out. You gotta get up. She was like amping me up like as if it was like a pep rally. It's just like that just got me amped
Like you're gonna
up.
do the garden or some shit.
Oh man, it was fucking like it was just the energy was crazy. But I miss that place, man.
It was cool. Yeah, I liked it.
A lot of good rooms have closed lately, man. Fucking Red Bones is gone.
I liked Red
Beacon
Bones
Street
a
is
lot.
gone. You
Yeah.
know, I love that. That Beacon Street was fun because it was just a dive. You know, it was a real pig pen.
I was there, bro, when I drove by and I just seen like Miguel and Tim King outside, and they found out like the guy didn't even call them. Like they just went there and they
They were like, yeah, no more.
and they realized it was
They
closed.
just boarded up when they showed up.
Yeah. I went there a couple of times, but there was like literally no audience members. But I had some real good shows there too.
You had a fucking one of your best.
Oh, I had one of my best
shows
sets there. Yeah,
Probably,
the 420
best.
show.
I was just gonna say that
The 420 show was packed.
There was
Yeah,
people there,
that shit was fun. That's right. You went. Did
But
you go?
I went there when there was like 2 audience members too.
Oh, I've done
Twice.
that just for that room for just comics before. Just 2 other comics. I mean, but the fun part about that room was, like I said, it was like all the people in Boston comedy that like didn't fit in. Like it was the rejects. So it was just a bunch of like, you know, a bunch of flunkies and you know, stoners and drunks doing, you know, comedy on a Friday night when no one else was paying. You know.
Yeah.
It was a good hang.
Yeah, I mean, it was an all right room. The way they set it up on the side there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad if there was people there.
Well, yeah, that's what the owner did before. That's how the owner felt before he shut it down. Before he boarded up the doors.
So the whole bar shut down?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he sold the place, dude.
That's pretty funny.
Yep. So there was a number on it. It said, you know, landlord and the phone number, and you call it, no answer. So you know, it's I don't know. But it's kind of like comedy, right? Because you kind of don't know, like when you're gonna. It's like you never know where you're going. You know, things could things could be good.
Just drops.
It drop, and then you know you can have like a whole bunch of shows booked up, and then and then the next month you have nothing, and it's like it's kind of like that shit, you know.
Yeah, my August is light. I gotta get fucking booked somewhere.
I have that all the time, like up and down.
Do you still have much fun? Is it now? Like, do you have fun with it?
Yeah. I get sick of like mics if I don't have anything else for a while, but I think. And I just get like sick of myself, like not having new jokes fast enough more than anything.
That's kind of where I'm.
So like, if I do a lot of shows, I get sick of like doing my set, and then if I do mics, I get sick of like not having good jokes. So it's like you got to do both.
You guys, why are you getting sick because you don't have no jokes? Why, I don't understand. I never understood.
I know I don't get sick of it. I just get like
frustrated with yourself. It's like I want to say something new. I got nothing new.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And especially in open mic, it's gonna be mostly other comics, right? So they've heard most of your shit. So it's like, you know.
No, I still have fun. Yeah. I do. Like if you do, there's nothing like doing good. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah. Well, I was talking to Uri over the weekend. I did that. Yeah. Shout out to Uri. He had me do his. I stood in for Trish to do that Greenbrier room. Have you done that one yet? In Brighton?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Fucking great room.
There
Yeah.
was people there when I did it. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, there was people there this weekend. I was talking to him, and I was like, he was like, yeah, it's been about a year for me, and I'm like. I was like, you know, one of the pieces of advice that Corey Rodriguez gave me, he was like, remember one time he was driving me home, he's like, yo, man, are you still having fun? I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, I still enjoy it. He's like, because you're trying to get all the stage time, but like, don't forget, like, it's fun. You're telling jokes, like, so don't remember to have a good time with it, you know?
Exactly. Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know?
That's where I got it from.
Everyone in the
Because
audience.
you asked me, like, why are you always smiling up there? It's like, because I can't believe anyone's listening to me.
Everyone
You know,
there,
I can't believe I'm doing this.
There to have a good time.
Well, I'm a
Throw like an
fucking,
actual show.
you know me. Sometimes I get a little.
I know.
I feel like you gotta have some irritability. To be fucking funny, you can't always be fucking. If you're always happy, I want to punch you in the face.
I'm a miserable
Yeah, I feel like most comedians are a little bit miserable.
I mean,
I'm pretty miserable. I can be very miserable.
I'm
Like,
negative, like naturally. I wish.
oh yeah, I'm terribly cynical. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the other shooter drops. Like, oh, that, you know, this This can't be. Something's coming around the corner. Like this shit is not.
Yeah, and if I like don't want to if I don't want to do something, like if I wake up and I feel like fucking sitting on my couch for a while and then like I can't, like I'm just like this, like I get fucking irrationally angry. Like if I know I have something to do, you know what I mean? Like if my plan is to go up and fucking do a million things, I have no problem doing it. But like if I woke up and my plan was like, oh, I got nothing to do that day, I'm gonna fucking do nothing. Like,
are you a big time pothead too?
Yeah, I smoke a lot. Yeah.
I mean, what's a lot to you? What's a lot? Let's compare notes. Let's compare.
I mean, not as. I don't think anyone doesn't smoke as much as Randy. So,
because I'm unemployed. So it's like
if I was like, I smoked like a ton growing up. Obviously, I still smoke like most nights. I'm out at, you know what I mean, pretty much every night probably.
You see, that's
because I'm out at like Mike's or just to go to sleep and shit. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of crazy because I haven't smoked weed with you that much, considering how.
Because, dude, honestly, because I don't know who's going to be there. Because that's part of, like, me being a miserable prick. I'll usually just, like, smoke a quick bowl in my car. Because I don't know if any of my buddies going to be there or nothing.
No, but I've given away more weed in this town.
The 420 show, I remember you gave me a pre-roll, actually, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, Randy's very generous with his...
I am, too, dude. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not
It's weed. It's for everybody.
I just never know if, like, my buddies are going to be there. Like, whenever, like, I see someone in the Middle East I know smokes, I'll be like, before the show, I'm like, oh, you want to watch my car? Like, I'll always offer it if I...
The reason, like, one of the reasons why I'm trying to remember when I first met you. It was probably like years ago. That's the thing with comedy. It's like,
oh yeah,
when you start like doing it for a while, you start like forgetting like actually, wow, I've known this person for fucking years. Like it just seems like you just.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Kyle for a year and a half. I met him right away at the Middle East. Like
But there's also people that you see for like 2 years before you even say like what's up to.
Oh well, Ted Pengale told me that.
Randomly, you're like, hey, what's up, man? I never like say hi, like I'm Kyle.
Isn't that weird too?
Ted Pengale told it to me one time at Laugh. He was like, I was talking to him again. He's like, what's your name again, man? Because I spoke to him a few times.
Yeah.
Randy. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, you've been around for a while, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I don't remember it now. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I mean, if I haven't seen you around for 6 months, at least 6 months, I just don't even bother learning the name because I assume you're gonna be gone soon. Like, because guys come in and out. People come in and out.
Ted's like that.
Yeah. Ted's an angry little motherfucker, but
no, he's
antisocial.
To a degree, he's definitely. I mean, he's definitely got some social stuff going on. But I remember one time he was fucking at the Middle East. He went up. He went up, and just off the bat, he goes. I'm just letting you. Like, it was great. I loved it. I don't talk to him, but so the connection wasn't there. So that's why I really was like, there was no bias to it. So I was like, I was really into it. He goes, all you comics are not going to be here in 10 years. He's like, you just are doing this for 6 months for your personal satisfaction.
Yeah.
Most of you guys are not funny. So I'm just letting you know.
He got on stage and lectured a room full of open micers.
It was great.
Necessary.
It was, I don't know if it was, this is the first time I saw him like angry like that and just fucking like, I was like, oh, this guy's going
lecturing the room.
He's like, but I guess some people like that, but.
No, yeah.
But he's I guess weird in this business. Like sometimes, like you're right, Kyle. Like there's people that you would see them for many years, like going up, getting on stage, but you won't have like that communication with them. And then it's not until like something that just brings something you get together, and you're like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm pretty awkward, like with introductions and stuff.
So am I. I try to get, but it's something I'm working. I try to get better at it. And what I tend to do is
Really?
I'm trying, dude. I mean,
You're
like
not awkward with introductions. Get the fuck out.
I mean, with fucking women, no. But like I'm not just gonna.
That's all that matters, Randy.
I'm not just gonna go.
Fuck about. What does it matter what guys think over you? You're winning.
No, but I'm talking about like networking in the business. Like I'm not talking about getting fucking laid.
I'm so awkward, dude. Because I'm usually just like stoned and I'm like, oh hey.
I'm in a better mood when I'm stoned.
I'm in a good mood. I'm usually just like
you're pretty calm. You're pretty calm and collective all the time.
That's
You're never more, nothing, never less.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of like, hey man, it's all good.
That's why I want to get Kyle drunk. See how fucking outlandish shit. Do you get ratty? Like, you a boisterous guy?
I'm just loud. Like, I'll just yell. Like, but I'm just the same. I just fuck around and joke around, but like I'll yell it more.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know.
Oh man. So wait a minute. So how'd you do your first time? Did you bomb?
I did good my first time, and then
really. I feel like that's a theme. Like people do well the first time, and then they just eat a dick for the next 2 months or whatever.
I did do good. I honestly did, and then I did do exactly. I just, like, one of like the earliest time, like probably like I might have not even done bad like the second or third, but then like whenever like I remember like the first time I bombed, I felt like I was like inside. Like I felt like I could like hear my heart, like I could like feel my heartbeat and hear my heartbeat and everything. Like,
oh, that's the worst.
It's weird. I
felt like I was like inside my body. Like,
I don't even remember how well I did or didn't do on my first time, because it was like an out of body experience.
I remember like I did good and I was like shaking out.
Oh, I could tell you how you did.
I'm sure I bombed.
No, you was fine. You fucking went up and did it.
Was your first time? Your first time was here?
Yeah, at the Middle East.
Yeah.
It's a great place to start. No, it's not.
No.
It's the worst place to possibly start.
I still don't. I'm probably gonna go there tonight. I still don't love it.
I feel like if I were to tell,
I mean, I love it, but it's tough though.
yeah, if I was going to tell like a first time open mic that wanted to do it, I'd probably where would you send them? I'd probably send them to the IB. 3 minutes. That's a real forgiving room.
No.
I
No?
don't know. Dude. I don't think
I mean,
it matters,
I know what you're saying
honestly.
though, because like you want the attention, you want people to like.
Yeah,
pay attention.
it's like they're focused. You feel like you're doing comedy. You don't feel like you're just standing
I
in a
don't know how
bar
much it matters.
talking to people with their back turned to you.
I don't know how much I would think it. Like I'd be like, I don't know, just try a bunch. You gotta like, just get going. That's like the only advice I can really give anyone. Because who the fuck am I? You know what I
just
mean?
show up.
I'm like, just keep doing it. Like that's all I can
all
tell
you
you.
can
That's
do.
all I'm in the middle of doing
all
it.
you
It
can
hasn't worked yet, but hopefully it does. You know what I mean?
It was this comic that fucking we got you know him. We'll talk about this.
All right, we'll name names after the
It's one of these
podcast.
comics.
We don't name names on the podcast,
Yeah,
Kyle.
no,
Just you know.
yeah, we don't name comics on,
Yeah,
on
I
this
don't wanna get
podcast.
involved with any
His name's
either.
Caleb. But the thing is, like, fucking. So fucking this guy he comes up to me. He's like, you know, he's a good guy, a little socially awkward, whatever, possibly, you know.
Shocking.
And he goes, he just like he's been doing it for like I don't know, maybe 3 years, 2 years, and it's like these group of people, Kyle, like these like newer comics that fucking, you know, now they have an opinion about comedy after they've been doing it like fucking 5-6 times.
Yeah.
Like these fuck faces. Like, oh, you've been doing it for a year too. You know?
I still don't act like that. You
Oh, I don't at all. It's like
I don't. I never ever talk to anyone like I know what the fuck I'm doing, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just
I'm
fucking-
in
yeah.
my parents' basement. Like,
it seems a little. It seems a little presumptuous. It really does. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
I've been doing it maybe a little longer than these kids, but I'm not gonna be like, this kid's a fucking idiot. This kid's like, who the fuck am I, dude?
No, but it's just like it's crazy. He was like, "Oh,
But no, a ton of people do. I'm with you.
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I met this comic." He mentioned the comic, and the comic's really good. He's like, "Yeah, I wanted to get up on stage with him. I want him to see me, so hopefully he can like introduce me to like other people in the business." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do you think that's how it fucking works?"
Yeah.
You fucking
It was
retard.
like, you get a guest
You know
spot
what I
and
mean?
boom, you're off to the races.
Like, you think this is fucking
Yeah.
Suffolk Downs with the fucking horse? You betting the horses around? I don't know, Kyle. What do you think about
No,
that?
I
shit?
mean, I got you. Like, I think you gotta like give some benefit to like most people don't. Like, no one knows what they're doing in the beginning. It's
Yeah,
like
of course
a very
not.
strange thing. But like, some people are just like, it's like weirdly like entitled right off the bat more than anything. That's what I always like caught me off guard.
Oh, they just when
Like,
they
some
do.
people just like think because they're reaching out, they have like it's like they're looking at it like it's like a business way more than anything else. They're like, well, I emailed. I should be like,
Yeah,
I
keep
did
that
the
that mic in front of you.
Like
There
I
you
did
go.
the proper thing. I emailed, and it's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put anyone on your show. No one has to put anyone on this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's the thing about comedy too is, and I've told you this, Jace. Like it's hard enough just doing it itself, but then like there's no, like you said, there's no roadmap. There's no like fucking
Exactly,
rules.
yeah.
It's like in my comedy career, it's like
Yeah.
you kind of just do comedy and then something
Exactly,
happens.
dude.
Like you put in work and then hopefully something happens. But
Yeah,
like, what are you
I
gonna do?
But there are rules to a degree. There's not a direct
And that's the
roadmap.
other thing, it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
people
but there are more life rules like having common sense, being fucking polite, not
Right.
being a
That's what I
prick.
meant to
You
say.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Like,
and also just
People.
like respect the fucking light, like shit like that. Like,
yeah, well, that's
I
just
mean, little
respect.
shit
Like, I'm
that.
saying that's a life thing. There's
People,
like respect other people's time.
Yeah,
Like,
and, like I don't know. I feel like so many people like they just have no like they don't give a fuck about little shit like that.
Yeah, that's
And
one thing.
even
I'm
from the
real
beginning, I was
cognizant of
always
of the
like,
time.
Whatever, it's your show. You tell me I'm doing this much. I've run the light here and there, but not long.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like just finish whatever joke I was in the middle of. It might be like a minute over, 2 minutes over, but
Yeah.
like
Right.
that's it, dude. I don't know, little shit like that.
I don't know. I never really experienced that particular thing with like. I never had any experience with like comics like going over time.
Some comics run for sure.
Dude,
Like-
if you I've hosted like
Yeah.
the Hideout open mic, like I used to host sometimes, like
Yeah.
going in.
Really?
Hosting open fucking mic, dude. And it's like
Watching the kid do 12 minutes, like get the
dude,
fuck off the
dude,
stage.
Like fucking, you giving everyone 3 minutes. It's like no one's laughing. There's like 20 comics down there, all miserable in the Hideout basement at the open mic. You know what I mean? And you fucking, the kids are doing like 6-7 minutes, and like they're not even getting laughs. It's like just get off the fucking stage.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least do you get, and you definitely don't get involved in like the internet fighting, huh? There's been a lot of that
Oh,
going
I-
on. How
wasn't
fucking
even-
gay in the 13-year-old video game player sense of the word is that? Like,
I wasn't even in like the old Boston comedians thing. I would.
oh, good, you missed it.
Because I was like gonna join. I assumed you'd join it, and then everyone was like telling me these horror stories, and that's all it was. And I was like, I don't even want to read it.
Don't listen.
It
It's
really
like,
is
I
kind of
don't even wanna get
poisonous.
involved
It
with,
really
like,
is kind of poisonous.
I don't even want to know the gossip. I don't want to like, because who knows who's telling the truth? Like, so I never even joined it.
Good.
I'm in the new one. I think-
Boston comedians too.
I got invited to that one though. This one, someone randomly invited me, so I was like, "Is this a different thing? What is it?" So I clicked on it to see, and hasn't been. I haven't noticed too much wild shit on it yet, but I don't look. I try not
Yeah,
to
it's
look
just
at that stuff
well,
on
yeah. The original Boston comedians page has like 1,800 people on it. I'm like,
Exactly.
dude, there's like, what, 60 comedians in town total?
Like, I don't need
30
that.
that are there regular. You
So
see
I
around
never
like,
ever joined it for a second. I had no interest in it. Like, I still do. I don't want to be involved in fights. I try to, like, I don't try to fight with any comics, dude. Yeah.
I've never seen you as someone.
Even if, like, I don't like your comment, I'm not gonna, like, I don't hate any comment. You know what I
well,
mean?
that's the other thing. If you don't like somebody's comment, it doesn't really matter. It's like, that's just
Yeah,
your
exactly.
opinion.
You
Like,
know,
let it go.
Exactly, dude. And there's people that, like, kill that, like, I might not find that fun. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck. I try to just stay out of it. I just want to keep getting better comedy, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
I stay completely out of the internet fights.
that's a great approach
But
to have.
I'm like a coward and like a fucking old lady. I'll sit there and read them and shit.
Oh, yeah,
Not on the
yeah,
Boston
yeah.
Comedians page. I won't read those. But like, I'll read like.
And then talk shit with your buddies in the room.
No, if I see like someone post a status and then someone else like as I'm scrolling through and I notice someone I know wrote a comment, I'll click and see what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? Or if I see someone wrote a status with a ton of comments, or if someone that wrote a status I know is gonna start arguments.
I can't believe people comment. Like, comment. Do you comment a lot, Chase? I'm not a commenter.
Dude, I don't.
I was real stingy with likes for a long time. Only recently, like now I'm a little bit more like,
Dude,
all right, you're trying, you get a like. But like,
I was known in the streets for not liking anything. Dude. it was like a well-known thing. I didn't fucking like, and I never liked anything until I started comedy. So probably even then, I probably didn't like anything in the first like 2 years. I probably only liked things on Facebook the last 2 years of my life, dude. I never ever liked anything. I don't say happy birthday to fucking anyone, dude.
Oh no, what do you know? What
I made
do?
those stands early on when I was like fucking 18, 19.
You know what I do? Is I know it's somebody's birthday because of Facebook. Otherwise, I would never know.
text you.
And then I'll text.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll text them.
Absolutely. I'll
Or
text
direct
you.
message
If
or
you're my
something,
buddy,
yeah.
I'll text you. And if I forget it, I'll apologize.
Well, now it's like, plus you're also fighting like the fucking that thing of, okay, are they liking your stuff because do they like you?
Is it a like for like kind of situation?
Dude,
Are you paying in likes?
like-
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're fucking liking every someone's picture. It doesn't mean they fuck with you.
If I
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
do comedy, I would not have Facebook. I didn't have Facebook. I was only on Twitter, strictly Twitter for years.
Oh, I was never on any of them.
Never on Facebook.
Still not.
And I'm still on Twitter, but I don't.
I have one. I don't use it. I've
I'm
never
not
seen
like
it.
active really. I don't tweet or anything.
I don't even know how many Twitter files I have. I haven't logged in fucking years. But like,
yeah.
I didn't sign up to Facebook until a couple years ago just to get on Tinder.
Someone could probably scroll back at my tweets and find some bad stuff. Like I haven't looked at, like you know what I mean?
Oh, some real racist shit from your teenage
no,
years.
nothing racist. Definitely like some Cameron lyrics with some loose N-words thrown in.
Cameron, your
But
Cameron.
not like racist
What do
stuff.
you say, Cameron?
Cameron lyrics.
Cameron lyrics with like the N-word in, definitely.
Oh, you're from South. An N-word.
But never
definitely
like,
tweet
but not
somewhere.
like,
Definitely
no,
a
never
tweet
anything like
somewhere.
racist. Never ever anything racist.
No, just a word.
Even like before social media blew up, I knew like you couldn't do that. So, and I'm just not really that racist.
and I'm not really that racist.
When the Bruins,
And I'm not really that racist.
I'm not at all, dude. I'm not. To like write shit on Twitter or something like that. That's crazy.
I mean, to like write it on Twitter, I'll think things. But
No, I know. I'm not.
and I'll say them to my other white friends, but I would never write it.
That's not, dude.
That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
When the
not.
Bruins,
Of course not.
When the
I think-
Bruins,
I think though.
Bruins lost to the Capitals in the fucking playoffs one year. Joel Ward scored the game winner. He was like black.
The black
on the
dude, right?
Capitals.
Yeah, he got a whole bunch of shit for it. Yeah.
Dude, I knew kids that were writing crazy shit on Twitter, and I remember even back then being like, "Oh, that's not going to be good." Like, I didn't even know that Twitter would become like what it is, and everyone gets fucked for it. But even then, I knew just like somehow I was like, "That isn't good."
not
Putting that
Like,
bad shit
yeah,
out there.
I was like, "That you're gonna have a job," and like people were writing crazy shit.
Dude, you're fucking
And
people.
even if like you're trying to be funny, like I knew kids that were like 17 years old, right? And it's like you are gonna regret that one, but you know what I mean? Like,
oh well, that's one thing I'm wondering. Like, dude, like I was.
yeah, I'm sure you could find some rap lyrics. Never, no way anything racist. I can assure you that.
I don't know. I'm sure the Me Too movement.
Definitely something that like stuff that would offend people. Probably more about like eating
Gay
pussy
people?
or something like that's probably what more like
Probably more about eating
'cause
pussy.
I was definitely like whenever Twitter when I first got on, I was probably like 18ish. I was like a fat fucking 18-year-old was trying to make my buddies laugh, like you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was definitely way more stupid shit like that.
Oh
About,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
sex and shit like that. I'm
Well,
sure
I
it's
actually-
way more like of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I told the story in the podcast, but I actually lost a job interview because I actually had a Facebook page and I deleted it when you could still delete them.
Yeah.
Because the school I went to, the college I went to this is 2000. I went from college in 2001, 2005, and Facebook came out in like 2002.
Yeah.
And my college was like the second school to get it. So so a bunch of people signed up, and I had an account. I had nothing on it other
Second
than
school to ever get Facebook?
yeah,
That's hilarious.
or third maybe. Yeah, it was like Harvard, MIT, then Brown.
So you could literally just creep on girls like directly in your area.
Oh yeah, it was only college, dude. Yeah,
he
it
still
was.
does that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
now
now they have an app for that. Yeah, they have an app for that.
Before Tinder, you were directly in your area.
Oh yeah. Well, because before Facebook, my freshman year, they gave you a paper book with a photo in your application. You have to post a photo.
Randy sent like the first abs pics ever.
No,
Like mirror abs,
Quads, and ankles.
I don't have abs. I got a belly like yours, man.
Quads and calves.
Quads and calves. No, but so they actually gave you a physical book with everyone's picture, their intended major, their room number, and the phone number to the extension to the room. Wow. They used to hand these out at school, and then obviously Facebook started. They just had no need because everyone was on it. But I had a photo of my friend on his 21st birthday, drunk, thrown up in a bucket, and just my name, and that was it. And this is 2000. And so fast forward, this is like 2002. Fast forward to like 2006. I was interviewing for a job up here at some investment company. I won't say the name. Yeah. And I got to a couple rounds, and they were going to fly me up here for like the last round or whatever. And I get a call from the recruiter, and she's like, "Hey, they decided to cancel." I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Well, they looked up, they did a background search on you, and they found some not great things on Facebook." And I'm like, "I don't have a Facebook account." Yeah. She's like, "Well, apparently she's forwarded me the link," and I'm like, "Oh, that's my buddy throwing up. I thought I deleted it or whatever." It's like, "Oh, well, they saw it and they thought it was like inappropriate." Yeah. And I'm like, "Well, fuck them if they think without asking me who that was, just to cut it off." It's like, "Well, fuck them. I don't want to work for them. Even if they had, they would have me back."
Part of me does feel bad. Like some kids write like insane shit and they should like it, but then like it spreads so fast nowadays. It's like,
well, people are getting fired.
You can't fuck up when
shit.
you're like 14 and like you're done. Like, you know what I mean? It's as soon as it goes viral.
Well, no, that's the thing.
Your life's over.
No.
Like,
now I think we're at a point where because everyone has this, and everyone's background's gonna have this. Like, dude, the next president probably has a sex tape. Like, it's just gonna become normal.
That's what I mean.
The current president is saying crazy shit while he's in office.
It's horrifying. Like,
I mean, everyone's gonna have a little dirt on him now in the public sphere.
Kids in the future and shit's horrifying, dude.
Oh, that's why I don't plan on having anybody.
Yeah. I just don't.
Everything's.
I think you're supposed to be held to like a certain like accountountability to a degree.
Well, you have to own up to what you said. You have to take responsibility.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you're fucking an undergrad. Like, you
nothing.
But
that's what
to banish you for life for something you did as a child is fucking crazy.
That's
the
like thing is, like,
to banish you for life.
Nowadays, like if you come out and you're like, "Hey, sorry about that. I was fucking 15." That no one. It doesn't matter. You're still like.
Yeah, like
you're still ruined. Like you're still ruined. It's like insane.
Dude, this podcast might be the reason I won't get a job for a while because people look this up. Dude. I'm not pulling them down. I have 89 episodes up. I'm not pulling one of them down.
One of my best friends in the world, dude. He has like a good job. I won't say anything about where it is, but like he was the first person I ever knew that like I forget what it even was on his Facebook. We were probably like 20, 21. He got this job right out of college, and I wrote something fucking insane. Like, I can't believe you just made some stupid thing to make my buddies laugh. Yeah. And he like texted me like, "Will you take that down?" And I remember being like, "You are such a clown. You want me to take it down? You loser!" Like, no respect for the fact that this kid was like career driven.
Yeah, to sewer this with his buddy. Yeah. It's like.
And I was like, if you really want me to, I will. Like, I didn't understand it at all.
I've done that. I've posted things or just commented on friends like every once in a while on a friend's Instagram, and they're like, "Hey, can you delete that?" I'm like, "All right."
Oh, that's happened to me now. That's happened to me a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
People always, not always, but I've had like 3 or 4 times, but like someone's like, "Can you take that down, please?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
I feel like
like one of my buddies.
That just means it's too funny.
Yeah, you comment something like ridiculous on one of your buddies' pictures or something like.
And it's all like, and also it's like, what's the intention? Like the real intention? Like, are you making it as a joke, or are you trying to like cause harm? I've never kind of like been that type of person where I've like lived on Facebook and like just try to like. Put out stuff just for people to like gravitate.
Oh, well, yeah. Some people have like a content, like a calendar, like, "Oh, I haven't posted today 4 times. I got to get to my 4th," like some crazy shit.
Yeah. Like I see the Facebook memories and I'll delete them every once in a while. But like I said, it's literally just rap lyrics. It's almost always some rap lyric that made me laugh, but it just has like the N-word in it. Like,
so who are your faves back then? Who are your faves now?
Back, still like the lyrics wise, like funny lyrics. It's like tons of like Dipset and Max B shit like that just made like 17-year-old me like giggle out loud when I heard it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I still love all that stuff. And then I loved like Eminem growing up, obviously.
Okay, obviously.
White kid, yeah. But he's like my favorite. He is like my favorite.
Nah, but it's not just because he's white.
No, exactly. He's the best. He is.
Are you into the Migos and all that bullshit coming out now?
I enjoy them like in a way different sense than I liked rap growing up.
Let's talk about it. Okay.
I don't think like they have good lyrics or that. I don't think anyone does. Like I don't think anyone thinks like they're lyrical monsters, but like they make catchy songs that make you like I don't know. They kind of like make me laugh.
And does
like,
that-
they kind of make me
It's
smile.
pop music a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, I don't mind them. Like I probably wouldn't have liked them when I was like 16, 17. I was probably too much of a hot ass to like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Somewhere along the lines, I got more into like not taking like as serious. Like Shawty Low CD, dude, is one of my favorite CDs ever. You know what I mean? He's not like lyrical. I just love
I don't even know who
CD.
Shorty Low is.
Dude, he died. R.I.P. Shawty Low.
Yeah, ATL. You don't know Shorty
Oh,
Low,
him and the
son?
other,
You
him
definitely
and
know
the
a
other
couple
dude who was wasn't he like a child abuser or whatever? The guy with the double X's in his name. What was his name?
Keep
Ecstasy?
Shawty Low out of this. I don't know.
No,
No,
that's
Shawty Low died years ago.
Years ago. He
Okay.
died in a car
Shawty Low had a
accident.
couple of radio hits you probably knew, but he was just like this goon from Atlanta.
How
dude.
does
And
he
had-
from a white dude from fucking Southie know Shorty Low? You're a dude
and
from
he has
Brooklyn.
Just these crazy
When
beats,
was he-
like catchy.
dude,
Yeah, he just hates it. He does
If it was
hate
if it's post 2007, I don't know about
His-
it. Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. He did
I'm
have
done.
he had
At
a radio.
25, I stopped.
I can't even think of what his radio hit is because I like the CD.
No, Shorty Low.
Oh, sing it,
he
Chase.
he did have one song you probably knew. I forget what though, but he was just a beast, dude.
Right,
And
right.
I got into him and like I like Gucci Man used to like,
Gucci.
make me laugh out loud.
But
like, you know what I
Jeezy?
mean?
You Jeezy?
Yeah, like
You
Jeezy,
Jeezy
I
guy?
like more.
I don't know any.
You don't know Jeezy?
Young Jeezy, you probably know. He
Probably.
Jeezy, I
I've
like-
heard that name
Shout
before.
out to G-Dubs.
Young
Send
Jeezy.
an
Yeah,
email to
G-Dubs,
Randy.
right.
Please.
Well, he hates these
He hates
artists.
those too. Yeah,
he's,
never mind.
he's more.
But no, I mean,
He hated the new Nas album.
I was pretty like.
Well, I didn't hate it. He thought it was
I wasn't
crap.
as open minded when it came. I've listened to every type of music. Like I'll listen to all oldies. Billy Joel's like my favorite artist in the world. People make fun of me for that. I'll listen to all that stuff, but
Downtown Girl?
I wasn't as open minded rap wise growing up. I wasn't like open minded.
That's all I listened to
lyrics,
growing up.
No, me too.
Okay.
But I was like lyrics. That's all I was. Now I'm
Yeah.
like I can listen to like fucking like a catchy song and just like smile and like.
Oh yeah, I'll listen to some
I like
catchy
that
shit.
shit now. Like
some
Migos
pop
and-
shit.
Yeah, like Migos and shit. Like I just hear it and it's almost like all right, yeah. Like I love like Fetty Wap. I love that shit. Like.
I mean, it's a funny name. I'm
Catchy
still not his
songs,
music.
dude. Just
Yeah, they're catchy.
Just like they come on. If Fetty Wap had like 3 hits in the same summer. When me and my buddies were like out drinking and shit on the weekends. You know what I mean?
How about just Drake kind of? Is it?
Drake.
I recently got in. I was against him for a while because I was all like,
It's black.
no, no. Because
The race
I
thing.
don't know. I'm
he
just.
wasn't black enough.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why, dude.
yeah.
Because
Well-
I listened to I liked like Dipset and shit. I still do.
That was
and
one
I
of my
was always like, I don't like this guy. I think he's fuck. He could always. I was like, he can rap, but I was just always just like,
He's half white.
yeah.
In
And
his
I just
defense.
always thought I was just always like, he's soft,
He wasn't
he's
black
soft.
enough.
Like I'm hood or something. I was like, he's soft, like an idiot. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
you probably come at it like, hey, you come from a certain generation of like rap, hip hop.
I always thought he could rap. The first thing I ever heard by him was that Toronto song. I don't know if you even know that song. He's like Toronto, that song.
back in the days.
That was like way, and I heard that and I liked it. And then all the other songs were like these like radio songs I didn't like.
I'm
But
not-
I always knew he could rap. And then Back to Back is what I went all in after that.
What? That's an album or a
Oh no, it was a
Okay.
Meek Mill diss.
I'm getting like
It was the
fucking
same
schooled
summer,
on new
baby,
hip hop
same
right now.
summer.
Yeah.
Summer of Fetty Wap, back to back. came out the same-
Summer of Fetty Wap.
The same summer.
What
back to
year
back
was
came
it? I'll
out.
tell you what it was the summer for me.
It was probably like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
I would guess.
Oh, I
When
was
when
I was
that- when
I
did
was on the
Back to Back
run
come
then.
out? It was probably.
No, it was All Star. It was.
I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago because it was the last time I went on this like golfing trip with my
Dude,
buddies.
it was like
We had it
2016, bro. Yeah, 2016. Definitely, I would say.
before. Maybe 2016. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no sense
before
of time.
before Meek
I'm a
went
complete
to
idiot.
prison. You know what I mean?
What? So how long's he
Are
in
you,
jail?
are you,
What's he in jail for?
Oh,
He's out now.
He's
He was
out
at the
now.
Celtics game.
Yeah, he was at the Celtics game with Gucci Man and
Old
Robert
man.
Kraft.
Why is that guy hanging out with
So
those two guys?
What do you listen to now, Randy? Just the shit
He
you always
employs black
listen to?
people.
Me? Well, a lot of old shit for sure.
Yeah,
Like a lot of old hip
I
hop.
still listen to, like, the shit
I don't know. I was digging the new Chromeo album that came out. That's a fun one.
Chromeo?
Yeah, dude.
What's that?
Chromeo? It's like fucking. It's like the neo disco shit that's out there.
I don't even know what neo disco is. Like,
It's like fucking.
you gotta give me something now.
Have you heard? Fuck is the name of Needy Girl? Have you heard? I mean,
Is it like techno shit?
nah. It's
Yeah, what would you say?
it's a different sound. No, it's completely different. Like they're like a very unique sound to them.
What was the name of it?
It's like a funk band, kind of like neo funk. I guess is what they would
Like
call
George
it.
Clinton?
But it's different because it's it's
Modern
neo.
day.
It's neo.
Modern day.
I'll play some for you on the on the way out
Can we
here.
outro it? Like
I'm sure.
Do you have
I'm sure we
Your
can listen to
favorite-
some.
Your favorite Chromeo track?
My favorite Chromeo track. Let's see if I can find one right now before we get into the news.
We're old school, like yeah, old school shit, like
Oh, one of their hits.
old school, like.
Oh, she's got his hand on his crotch. Let's see, Needy Girl. Let's see if I can play it through the headphones.
Yeah, but it's weird. Like you say, Kyle. It's like it's kind of like. Would you say it's like back, like comedians like back in the days, like when we watch like old school comedians, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think Do you think now, with like the different they say it is all just different genres of comedy. Like, you think it's starting to get a little bit, I don't want to say diluted, but do you think this is like not enough people are like doing like the grassroots of comedy stand up? It's like people say, oh well, there's alt comedy, and then there's like whatever, just this type of comedy now. It's like, do you see? I don't see like enough of like the old school comics anymore.
Like a club comic,
I think.
Thank you, Ray.
I think like at the open mic level, I definitely think that's true. But I feel like, as far as like established, I feel like there's still a good amount of like I feel like if you go to New York, you go to a show like one of the clubs in like New York or LA, chances are there's gonna be like 2 or 3 people you've never even heard of that'll like fucking crack you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like you don't know them yet. They're just like middling for people or something like that. You know what I mean? They're like still they're not, but they're fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? Like I feel like any like the real clubs is almost always fun, even if they're not right up your alley or something. They're still gonna like be getting big laughs.
Were you a fan growing up? I know you said you started listening to O&A, but were you a fan like younger than that?
I always loved stand up. Yeah, I like.
Who was your guys or girls?
I don't, dude. Honestly, one of the first like I can remember loving it was my older cousins. Like they're all older than me, 3 brothers, and I'd stay there sometimes. And I remember they showed me fucking both like the Eddie Murphy specials when I was like young.
Yeah, dude. And so you watch that, you're like, what is this guy doing?
Oh, he's still like one of my favorite comedians.
You're
ever,
probably
Eddie
like
Murphy,
the
dude.
6th comic on this podcast that said like Eddie Murphy stand up like that.
Yeah.
Both of his old specials, like, because I saw them so young, dude. Like,
I prefer Raw. I thought Raw was just so fucking brilliant. I mean, they're both great.
The red or the purple?
The purple with that. I mean, with the Umfufu with the bone, with the plate in her lip.
Is that the one with like I mix them up, but
half that whole thing, the divorce, the Johnny Carson thing.
The thing with like his father and shit, I love that one.
Yeah.
With like his, I know you're Eddie, 7.
Yeah, we used to eat the toys, Eddie.
Yeah,
we used to eat the toys.
Dude, but that shit, like I love that. And then like when I was a kid, I feel like I literally would just watch those Comedy Central things that were always on in the morning.
Yeah,
and shit.
the half
I
hours.
watched so much half-hour comedy. I don't even know who like back then who even my favorite was. But even like I remember like, dude, my dad's like an old white guy from South. I remember like watching like Chris Rock with him, and he'd be like laughing and shit. Like I would thinking it was funny. I didn't get every fucking thing he was talking about. You know what I mean? I was still pretty young. But then like when I started to get more and more into stand-up, definitely like the O&A like regulars, I like Patrice O'Neal, Bill Burr, like those are some of my favorites.
Yeah.
I still love like old Eddie Murphy. I don't know. I try to give people a chance, but
I wonder if he'd ever come out and do it again, man, Eddie.
It's been so long.
I know, but do you think he? I mean, I think he could do it if he wanted to. I mean, I'm sure at the talent level do it clearly.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows how true like the stories are? But you always hear that like people still like all the other like comedians still always say he's like the funniest guy.
Oh yeah.
When you hear like Dave Chappelle and stuff talk about him, they're like he's the funniest guy you'll ever meet. Like they still all say that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you don't lose.
I mean, he'd have to take time working up an hour, but he could just walk out there and fresh with like I'm sure that's build a set.
He's definitely got.
He's
got enough writing around. He's got enough notes.
He could probably go up and do like
15 minutes of murder.
Like any
dude,
dirty.
He'll fucking do 15 and kill anybody.
That's what I mean.
But,
like at the drop of, like,
but I always wonder. I always wonder if he's
getting.
getting a like. Would he be like? It's like Dave Chappelle. Would he be getting a pass just because he's Dave Chappelle?
No.
I don't think Dave Chappelle's shit was dope. Like
Yeah, he's one of the best. His old shit is like unbelievable.
What do you mean pass? What do you mean? Oh, because he's like reached a certain superstar.
Well, yeah, it's like they just love him anyway because he's a star and they're gonna laugh at anything that comes out of his mouth because he's fucking Dave Chappelle.
I don't think so. I still think he's funny.
Yeah.
People,
you know what I'm saying?
That.
Like
people will accuse him of that shit
because he doesn't have enough body of work to come up to
Killing
like,
Them Softly is as
well,
funny as
Eddie's
like,
because he only has 2 specials compared to Dave. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking like you wonder if they just love Eddie because he's Eddie and he's coming back. That no matter what he says, gonna be
in theaters, weren't they?
Oh, dude, they fucking sold out theaters, dude.
Films, right? No, I'm saying they were like
feature films, yeah.
Theaters, weren't they?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is pretty fucking nuts. Back in the day, like Richard Pryor had done that before.
I heard this guy in Opie and Anthony a while back in the day. The guy Otto and George, he was like
the puppet dude,
like
yeah,
filthy,
with the dirty puppet.
Jeff Dunham, like he was funny as shit. He was like filthy, and he's dead now. But he told a story that he used to do gigs with Eddie Murphy way back in the day, and he said Eddie Murphy would always say, "I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 21," and he fucking was. But he said it. He like it was like his complete mindset was like, "I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 21."
Yeah.
And he fucking did it.
He did it, right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us can have that mindset and still end up.
That's what I mean. He's obviously got an insane amount of natural talent too. Like he's just hysterical.
Well, I think he and Chappelle are like the only 2 guys that since I mean, because they both started real young and they were like by the time they were 19, 20, they were huge successes. You know, like
Yeah, dude.
if you think about it, most like George Carlin didn't blow up right away. Bill Burr took fucking 20 years to get found. You know, those are the only two guys that like almost immediately they were like fucking superstars.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was other ones, but yeah, off the top of your head, those are like because they were like mega stars. Those who became filthy rich and everything.
Chappelle was a stand-up prodigy at like 16, 17.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like,
Killing Them Softly, I had it from fucking LimeWire or Kazaa, whichever one I had at the fucking time, whatever age I was.
Whatever's giving you a virus on your computer.
I put it on a fucking mix CD, and I had it in my Walkman, and I used to ride my bike to fucking my baseball games with it fucking playing, howling, laughing, riding through the projects in Sully to get to the baseball field.
Right.
And I'd get there, and me and my buddies would sit on the fucking bench, and I'd be like, listen to it for a couple minutes, and they'd be cracking up. We'd be passing the headphones around, dude. Killing Them Softly is like one of my favorites fucking ever, dude. And he's young as shit back then.
He was. Even think about this. He was Chappelle. He was 19 when he opened up for Aretha Franklin at Radio City Music Hall.
Oh yeah, well he was doing
like,
stand up in the fucking park at like 16, like
Yeah.
just standing up on a crate and just for anyone that walked by, you know, that must be a fucking. Can you imagine in the day on a milk crate telling jokes?
Chappelle's just like a natural. They said he could go for like 3 hours, like on stage.
Oh, he has. He's gone from fucking 6.
Yeah.
Which
Eddie
I'm sure
Murphy,
pissed the
too.
staff off.
Eddie Murphy's a different thing because Eddie, you know, aside from his 2 great stand-up specials, he had a lot of great movie success. More than Dave.
Oh, way more.
Right, but you know, Eddie was the first guest co-star. He was first cast member and actual like host of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I knew something.
Yeah.
Like no one's ever been like
Done both those things?
both at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he was a cast member, but he was working for.
He was just so big that they just made him the host. They said fuck the other host this
Yeah,
week.
I believe it. Like obviously, I wasn't watching this and all back then.
So fucking annoying. Sorry, we got a little feedback over here.
We're keeping it rolling.
Yeah, fuck it. Quiet it down.
Live.
You guys want to get in some news? Do a little news? I got some fun ones this week.
Let's do it.
All right.
What do you got?
Let's see. Chase will like this. Masturbating at work.
15 white men killed.
Yeah, masturbating at work is a doctor-approved stress reliever.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks for thinking about me, Randy. I appreciate it. All the shit I done, this is the thing he fucking gives me.
I got one for you, Chase.
He knows I've been stressed lately, so he's like, let me.
Why can't you just do it at home? That doesn't relieve the
Dude,
stress.
a lot of
the
people
same.
work long hours, man. Let's see.
Like you got to do it at work specifically for the stress. I did it at.
I masturbate on my boss.
I did it at like one job once ever. I feel like
I was going to ask if you
I
ever
have some
masturbated at
friends that
work.
have done it a lot. I feel like they casually talk about it. I did it once. I was.
Do they beat off at their desk or they go to the bathroom?
Oh, I'm sure the bathroom. I would assume.
You never know.
Beating off their desk, dude. No one does that.
If you have an office and a door, you can do it.
I guess. I don't think any of my friends.
Sorry, Matt Lauria did it. I'm sure.
Oh my God! All these guys. A
No,
lot of people
I was
get
like 21. I worked for this fucking like website, and it was like when smartphones first started. Like I had a BlackBerry, like the touchscreen black. It was like the worst.
Yeah.
Worst
With the
phone
nipple
ever.
on it, with that little
It was
nipple
like
thing.
The worst phone ever. No, I had like the full touchscreen one. It never fucking worked.
What were you doing?
Okay.
Looking up like ebony girls?
And
on
I just
fucking-
found out. I just realized.
BBW?
It was the first time I realized you could like just get porn in your phone. And I was just sitting at work bored one day. I was like fucking 20. It was like this stupid job. And I was just like, fucking, went in the bathroom real quick. But that was the only time.
And you knocked one out?
I felt weird.
How long
after.
did it take you? Did you like spend your time loving yourself, or was it just a quick?
I probably took a little longer than I remember just because the glitches on the shitty BlackBerry.
So you had to like work. You had to do that weird slow jerk. Like
Pauses in between. But it was like the bathroom was nowhere near anyone. Like it wasn't like, it was a one-person thing. There was no chance of anyone coming in or anything. I wasn't worried about it.
Oh my God! So it says, according to some psychologists, according to psychologist Mark Sargent, a senior lecturer of psychology at Nottingham University in the UK, he said a masturbation break would be very effective at work and a great way to relieve stress and tension. I would expect a masturbation probably result in more focus and less aggression, higher productivity, and more smiling, he told the Metro newspaper. Certainly taking a masturbation break for boredom or an escape would increase work focus.
This dude's just like a pervert, clearly.
It's some doctor just wants to jerk off at work.
He's like, yeah, when we do it in my class, all the guys got to leave, though. They have their own room. He's like, all the girls do it in my classroom.
It says a recent survey by Time Out New York found 39% of male responders reported masturbating in the office, and Glamour put that figure at 31%. I wonder how many women are masturbating at the office.
That's probably less, I would assume.
I
Right?
would say less.
They
But
wouldn't
women-
admit it. They wouldn't admit it unless they're little freaks.
You know, women can like not
wouldn't
have,
admit it.
Women cannot like.
Women make the rules as they go along.
They could just,
Oh, yeah, they don't need us at all, dude.
They don't need anything from us. They can just like not have sex for like 6
No,
months.
but women want to like have children and get married, and they need us for that.
Yeah, I guess most.
I think I got an article on that actually. We can get into that. Look at that.
You got more news?
Of course, I got more news, kid.
Oh,
Yeah, see, here we go. Cheap sex is.
It's all fake news.
Oh, this is. I get a lot of these from the New York Post, which is just a bastion of fucking bad reporting.
Yeah.
But quote unquote cheap sex is making men give up on marriage.
Cheap sex?
Cheap sex.
As in like hookers? Cheap?
As in, like, it's easier to get sex. It says the share of Americans between the ages of 25 and 34 who are getting married dropped by 13% from 2000 to 2014.
They're all broke.
Mark Regeneris blames the declining rate on how easy it is for men to get off. Regeneris calls it, quote-unquote, cheap sex, an economic term meant to describe sex that costs very little in terms of time or emotional investment, giving it little value.
So like Tinder and shit.
Well, he's saying that all the proliferation of dating apps and internet pornography has gives up basically sex a cheaper commodity for men to come by. So they're not marrying as much. It says, but I'm looking for the stats because there's good stats in this. It says,
so basically, fucking people are just like masturbating too much and not getting married.
That's what it sounds like, kid. People just jerking off and not getting married.
Yeah, but probably more happier.
It says self-love for men and women.
They're fucking girls off the apps.
Here it is. It says self-love for men and women. Self-love for men and women is at an all-time high. A 1992 study found that 29% of men and 9% of women masturbated at least once a week. In 2014, 50% of men and 32% of women have confessed to masturbating at least once a week.
From when? When?
From 1992.
Oh, I thought you were like the 50s. I'm like, well,
No.
everyone was like way more religious and shit back then.
No, 1992.
That's not even
30% and 10%. Now it's 50% and 30%.
That makes sense. Fucking
I just still feel like the world's gotten like progressively more casual about sex in general, so I'm sure that's part of it.
Oh, absolutely. But I think personally, anal, just throwing that in there. Anal.
It's an option.
It's an option. But definitely having the dating apps, I think, makes it easier for men to find women. So, of course, it's like you're not going to hang on to your girl if you have a stack of them in your phone.
Yeah, I mean,
there's that aspect.
I wasn't.
And women have their own jobs and their own money now. So what the fuck? They don't need a man to like settle down. They pay for themselves.
Yeah, I had a Tinder like before I met my girlfriend, but I wasn't It was still like, it still was kind of like a little bit of a taboo thing at the time. Like, not that bad. Like there was, I don't.
Yeah, you've been with your girl for 3 years. You said.
Coming out, almost 3 years.
Yeah, so that was the Tinder's brand new for like a little sleazy.
It was like just starting to get a little crazy, but I was like, I'm not like like you know what I mean. I'm not in the best shape. I'm not like an aggressive flirter like through like pitches. You know what I mean?
You're a good looking guy, Kyle. You're doing all right.
Yeah, if they see my face, that's all I got.
If they see my face.
So like I was never too smooth on the dating apps. I know I'm not gonna pretend that. I was always just like it ended up being like a fucking like 12-year-old AIM could be like, hey, what's up? Nothing. What are you doing?
Oh,
like,
totally. Yeah,
at my house at the end.
I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at this fucking the black guy. She kicked the black guy off fucking Bachelorette. He doesn't look happy.
Is he the only one?
He's the only
No,
one.
there was a bunch of them, but he was the last one.
He was the last black.
Yeah, he made it to the top. He made it to the top 6.
He made it to the top. Ooh.
Yeah,
Is it usually that diverse? The pool?
They've had. I don't think they've had a. I think they've had a black woman and no black man, like as the Bachelor, Bachelorette. But
I didn't mean to get off, but he doesn't look very happy, and he has a very
son, because he lost money. If you get kicked off that island, like sooner you lose.
win.
You win money.
Yeah, they pay them.
The whole gimmick was that they fucking fall in love and get married. You win money.
It's a gimmick, dude. That's
I know it is, but like, have you always won money since the first season?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like when I was a kid and this shit came out, people believed this shit.
Yeah, well, they didn't know about reality TV production. They didn't realize the producers behind it.
But if they were hyping up the money back then,
oh, totally.
people are fucking idiots.
Cheap sex. All right, here's one for you, Kyle.
That's it.
New Haven is about to open a Taco Bell with a bar in it.
Big Taco Bell guy.
Are you?
No, I routinely like talk about it because I joke about it as if I eat it all the time to piss my girlfriend off, but I've realistically probably had it like 5 times my entire life.
Really? Well, how would you?
There's not that many around here. Boston.
How would you rank your fast food favorites? Like, is McDonald's number 1? What's your number 1? Give me your top 3.
Honestly, you're not gonna. I'm not in good shape. I understand all that shit, blah blah blah. But I don't eat a ton of fast food.
Neither do I. But you have your favorites.
Yeah. Oh, because like my mother cooks and like Salty. No, but like also like growing up in Salty, there's like a million like pizza places and sub shops. It's not really like
that's true.
So I was never eating like a ton of that shit, but obviously I love them all. They taste good. You know what I mean? I do like them. I like probably McDonald's or Wendy's my top. Yeah.
Everyone's on the Wendy's train, man.
No,
I took shit for this.
McDonald's. Wendy's
over McDonald's.
Wendy's is good. No, I'd probably say McDonald's is my favorite. Something about But I go plain on the fast food burgers. I'm just a plain cheeseburger guy.
Oh, I go with the Big Mac.
Something about a plain cheeseburger at McDonald's I love.
They're good. They're a little snack.
I'm a
They're
big
light.
fan.
But I'm with you on the local food shit. Like I was telling that to my buddy the other day. He's like, "Oh, let's stop in Subway." I'm like, "Subway's fucking disgusting."
That's what I mean.
And it was like, "Oh, I loved it growing up." I'm like, "It was like, you never got Subway?" I'm like, "No, there was delis on every corner in New York City. Of course, I'd go to a deli and get a real sandwich."
I'm from Seldy's, all pizza.
You know,
places
Pizza Hut is fucking pissed. It's like I'd rather go to get a real pizza.
I went to high school in Eastie for 2 years. I work in Eastie now. There's a million sub shops
Yeah.
out there that are real good. Like,
mom and pop ones. They
yeah, exactly. So
you can taste the owner's hands in the dough.
I've never been like a huge fast food guy.
But
I do.
Job before they give you
I do like it. I'm not a health nut, obviously. I'm intrigued by all the ones in like Massachusetts. I'm always intrigued when I see the commercials.
Were you ever? I'm sorry, Randy.
Oh God, I was just gonna say Taco Bell. No, I was just gonna say Taco Bell. I'm a big Taco Bell fan though.
Yeah, see,
the
I don't
quesadillas are
not
fucking.
like it, but it's more of like it's become to the point where I do it just to piss my girlfriend off. Like anytime we drive by one, I'm like, "Oh, Taco Bell, you want to go in?" Because I know she doesn't like it. But like, you don't see them often. It's just like a joke.
Yeah, you don't see
But
them
I do. I'm not against them. I do think they taste pretty good.
Do you ever see yourself as like at some point in your life as like a health guy, fit guy, like? Because
probably not. But like, I need to be healthier than I am right now. Like, I need to like. I've kind of been eating like a little better at work. Just starting. I was doing all right for a while, and then
the eating is the hardest part, dude.
Yeah, I got a desk job and a girlfriend at the same time, and I just fucking put on 30 pounds in like fucking 7 months. It was like disgusting, dude.
Just eating your mom's spaghetti and
now
meatballs.
It's like I've stuck around that weight, but it's way too heavy. Now I'm like, all right, let's get back.
This is one of the things like
I got a girlfriend and a desk job. I love the honesty of that.
It's terrible.
This is one of the things I admire about Randy is the fact that like he makes time to work out. Like he had, like
all I have is time now.
Well,
but back when I was working, I would make time. Yeah.
You still win, I think, right?
Yeah, I still go.
So it's like it's a discipline, right? Like
it becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go a long stretch out working out, and I'll put on weight. Like I've said it on the podcast, I fluctuate like 20 pounds a year.
Oh, dude,
But like when I get to a certain point, I start to feel gross, and then I start going more religiously again, and then it just becomes like, oh, I got to go to this is what I do at this hour. You know, like it's what I do at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. I go to the gym, whatever it is.
When all my friends like first went to college, and there was like a few of us left, we were drinking and we were like 18, drinking like 3-4 nights a week, working like fake jobs and shit, and I got huge. I got up to like 250 that summer, drinking like a pig. And then I'd never been bigger than like 210, maybe 215. And then I got back down to like 198 over the course of so I've gone up and down a bunch. I'm like 250 right now from the desk job. I walked around to like I got to 198, and then I went to the gym. I walked around to like 215 for like 3 years. Then I walked around to like 225 for like 2 years. Yeah. And then I got this desk job, and I just fucking. I was like probably 217 when I got this desk job, and then like over the summer I got up to like 255, which is like the biggest I've ever been in my life. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm probably like 248 right now.
I'm up
you
there
carry
too.
it well. You carry it well.
I'm up there too.
So I recently have been like, all right, enough's enough. Because like, I always exercise. I played sports growing up. You know what I mean? I know what I'm supposed to do. I just fucking got lazy.
Lazy.
Yeah, I've been smoking weed.
It's hard, dude.
Smoking weed and eating like a pig. I get drunk, and then the next day I'm hungover. I eat like a fat fuck.
That'll kill you, dude. It's getting drunk and getting drunk and pigging out. Like I did that last night. I was like, oh, what an idiot.
On me. Like, you know what I mean? I was very unhealthy for like the last 2 years.
It's not like it snuck up on me.
It snuck up on.
Yeah, for like 2 years now I've been a fat pig. It is what it is. And now I'm just finally like, all right, enough's enough.
Enough's enough. Yeah, you finally reached. You sick and tired of being sick and tired of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like at the point where like. Fucking my shirts are tight and shit. It's just like
it's weird. Me too, bro.
Stop being
you just want to look good in the shit, you know.
And I know what I was. It's like it's just literally just being lazy. I know what it is. I've always known in the back of my head, like, all right, one of these days you're gonna fucking not fit in any of your clothes. And you have to do something, and it's getting close to that point.
And it really is vanity that ultimately motivates you. It's definitely not your own fucking
dude.
health.
As soon as you start losing a little weight, you see people that give you compliments, and then it's fucking like easy.
Yeah, dude. It's like
then you get in a routine. Even if you keep it up like 2-3 days a week, when you fucking you can lose. Like if I lost like 20-30 pounds and just stayed back to like around 210, 215, I'd be fine with that, dude. I'm not gonna have a six pack. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've never had a six pack too, by the way.
And like I'm not gonna stop squatting. My squat as soon as high school football ended, like my squatting career ended. You know what I mean? Like
what'd you play? What position did you play?
Tight end. I wasn't anything special, but they made you squat and shit. Like,
I just didn't know what position.
No, I played tight end.
I wasn't anything special.
I wasn't that fast. I could catch and block a little bit as a white kid. You know
all
right. But we didn't like throw a lot or anything. And then
you held.
but that was like squatting ended the second that ended. fuck squad.
Where'd you go to? What area? Oh, Southeast. So you probably went to South Boston High. Probably.
No,
Yeah.
I went to Savio, which is in East Boston.
Oh, prep
for 2 years, and then that closed.
Yeah.
And it merged with Pope John and Everett. I went there.
Yeah, you went to Everett.
Schools merged?
Oh, yeah.
That's
My
weird.
school closed.
Oh,
It
closed.
was like a private school and merged with this other like one.
Oh yeah, I know Pope John in Everett.
Yeah, so I went there for a year.
You went there for a year.
At Pope John, I was backup tight end. Mostly played special teams.
Well, it's like more black kids and fucking.
Well, the kid was pretty good. He was a captain and everything, but he was also pretty good. He was fast and strong.
Fast and
I
strong?
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely better than me. I'm not gonna like talk bad about the kid. It wasn't like I should have been. Well, that summer before Pope John, I got real fat, dude. I fucking at Savio, I was in like decent shape, and then that summer I was like 17, probably drank like fucking probably 40 out of like 50 nights for my buddies. You know what I mean? Like I was lifeguard and like just wake up hungover, jump in the
what
ocean.
a great job,
Yeah,
dude.
lifeguard. Oh, you must have fucking really looked good if he was a lifeguard.
That's a job I wish I
I was
had as a
tan,
kid,
I was
man.
in shape and shit, dude.
Girls everywhere.
So I fucking jump in the water, hungover the next day. So I was like, I got fat as fuck that summer. And I remember I went to Pope John, and the first day I never met any of the coaches or anything. They were like showing us like they were giving us like our cleats or something. Oh, they were giving us like our pads and shit, and they were showing us the numbers that were available. And I was like, oh, nice, 88. Like that's my number. That's what I wore at Savio.
Good number.
And the coach literally looked at me and he was like, what fucking position are you? Because I was fat as shit. And I was like tight end. I was like, and I won't play nothing else. I was like, I play tight end because I never liked lineman numbers because I didn't want to be a fat kid when I was young. So I was like, I won't play. I was like, I don't have to play football here. Right. And they were like, all right, you can be tight end if you want. And like I said, the kid.
Did you run off the weight when the season started?
A little bit, but not. I mean, I wasn't as big as I was now.
Yeah.
I had like a beer belly. I was definitely a worse athlete by the time I got to Pope John.
After 50 days of straight drinking?
I had already been I'd already lost a step.
You know what's funny? He went to a high school in Everett, and like up the street was like the public school, which was like the best fucking football team in the fucking state.
Oh, in the state. That's right. Everett won a few championships, right? The championships.
Everett High is real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pope John was actually good at football.
Yeah,
too.
they were good.
Kids from Everett.
Why is Everett
kids
just a
from Everett that
ghetto?
were like
Is that what it
good
is? They have all the black kids? Is that what
Everett
it is?
High. They get kids from like all over the
All
place.
over.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not all from Everett. Like a good amount of them are actually, but
Okay.
and they're all like big juiced up fucking linemen and shit.
Oh, calling them out. Shots fired. Everett High. What a...
No, they were nasty. Don't get me wrong.
A lot of my boys play for Everett. I'm not inclining that, but I'm not denying that either.
Oh, they definitely had. Every team had some. I mean, every high school football team had some.
Well, it's funny, right? Because back then, like in high school, like I don't know how old are you right now, Colin?
I'm 28.
So you're 20. All right, so I'm fucking old. I'm fucking old. Jesus Christ, I'm 10 years old.
Oh, that's the math Colin I did before you got here. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm over it.
Yeah. But like when I played, late 90s, right? Like kids were doing it, but it was like.
Where would you even get steroids as a high schooler back then?
I knew a couple kids that took it, but I didn't. I had to ask them.
Because I know right now, like those life extension clinics, like you can get shit like from them, like they like all those, like it's like basically you go to like any place that's like cool sculpting or any, like anti-aging clinics, you know, like all those fancy high-end spots.
Yeah.
Like sometimes apparently like that's where like all the Hollywood like royalty get their HGH and shit are out of those life extension clinics. But I don't know where you would get it, like, cause isn't it hard to get?
I don't listen to Joe Rogan often, but doesn't he like do that stuff? I've heard he casually. I heard he casually talks about like
where you can get it and stuff.
Doing like legal healthy steroids, like.
Well, actually, it's actually a big that is true, and I looked it up, and I actually talked about it with my doctor. Apparently, male testosterone in this country has been going down like on average, a male in this country, like for whatever reason, the last 60 years, it's gone down precipitously.
Like in guys.
Yeah, in men, and I think it has something to do with all the high sugar food. Well, you know, so it's all the. I just eat lead and squat. You know.
I thought it was all from the masturbating from fucking going to the office.
No, but yeah, exactly. She probably fucking is. But but apparently, like now, a lot of men have a problem with low testosterone, so they'll get like testosterone supplements, but you shouldn't have low testosterone problems. That's the thing. Like, so they think something dietary, and it might be like the high amount of carbs and sugar that we eat now that's suppressing testosterone levels. But there's definitely studies on it. Oh, that stuff will fucking kill you.
I'm against it. I'll blame the government on my fatness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Play that.
If you got rid of
poisoning the food supply,
you take Doritos off the stand, I'll never eat fucking Doritos. You know what I mean? Cheeses don't exist. I'm not gonna fucking eat 10 handfuls before I go to bed.
It was huge though.
So I'm blaming big snacks.
And I also and back then the steroids weren't good. Like I feel like now they got the clear and the cream.
I feel like some schools and certain teams on certain years, like before I got to Savio, my last year there, they knew the school was closed and we had like 20 kids in the whole fucking football team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we had a blast, but before I got there, they were pretty good, and I guess it was like well known that like all those kids were all juiced up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like amongst like. Once we got there, all the older kids were talking
I
about
don't
shit.
know.
It was big. Yeah, it was huge in like my era,
Yeah.
like late '90s.
I want to get on that HGH stuff. I heard it's like the fucking fountain of youth. Expensive as shit, though.
It's like not bad for you, right? Supposedly, it's like natural.
Well, if you have a doctor
what I mean,
actually managing
yeah.
it, it's supposed to be all right. But I heard it's like $1,000 a month. It's
I
like
always-
what? Like what?
I always tell my buddies like,
good shit.
It's mad expensive.
they'll obviously give me shit for being fat and shit, and I'll be like, whenever we're going like on a trip somewhere, for, like a bachelor party or something, I'll
Yeah.
be like, obviously it's gonna be like a pool or a beach or something. I'll always be like, dude, I'm legit doing a juice cleanse, and I'm gonna go on HGH, and I'm gonna do nothing but shrugs for the next 3 months. And I'm like, I'm not gonna work out anything else. I'm just doing shrugs.
Right.
Just be a fucking behemoth. Just they're like, shut the fuck up, you idiot.
It was like you said. It was just like it was, but there was no rules in place. Also,
Well, they wouldn't drug
it was
test you,
kind of
right?
like
I mean,
baseball, like baseball.
I-
Everyone like there was no for the MIAA, which is like Massachusetts International Athletic International, yeah,
Interscholastic,
which is like the
It's just like high school sports, pretty much.
yeah.
yeah, I bet if you
all the
like going to
reps
the
and
like the state championship, they might test you. But if you're just
No.
playing like
No,
week
I
to
doubt
week,
it.
No.
Dude, I
Oh,
would, like,
really?
No,
play-
Randy.
Like
No.
my buddy played.
They didn't test us at all.
My buddy played
No
college
testing.
football, just like a D3 school, but like he played with kids from like all over the place. And it's like out in like New Jersey in high school and shit. It's like huge juice. It's like
Oh,
known
well,
for
it's
it.
all those- yeah.
In
Like
high
Brian
school-
Cushing and those guys, like they're all fucking.
oh, they're
just
all
giant, like
they all went to
they
that
just
those
behemoths
prep
in
schools in
high
New
school.
Jersey. And
Yeah.
In high school, they do not have testing.
Yeah,
They
I
don't.
like. I'm
In
sure
public
that-
high school, like,
you
but
know,
they don't
there's like
have-
some fucking kids down in Texas that are like 6'5". They put them on the juice. And
Yeah,
they're fucking
just swell 'em up.
Freaks. Yeah.
I didn't take one test in high school, and I played sports all 4 years.
Yeah, I never took anything.
I got
Not
to
that
college, it was a different story.
Not that I
played in
was
college.
juicing or anything, but
I
I
don't
should have
know.
juiced. I would have been a.
I feel like when I get older, I'm gonna want to get on it, like in my 40s and shit, like to get just to be young again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you get the money, I would try it.
Just have a
I would definitely
22-year-old
give it
girl, you'd be fine.
I'd give it a whirl.
I'm trying and working
If I
on
was
that.
rich and I had the money, I'd try it. See what the fuck if I felt like different and better and healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
the,
if you don't
it's
get the money,
expensive.
yeah, exactly. It's like a luxury.
But the biggest thing too
Like a
is the
boat.
diet, man. Like all the working out I've done, I've lifted weights for 20 fucking years, dude. Nothing changes my physique and and the way I feel,
You have
like
to
what
eat-
I'm eating.
you have
I
to
can
eat
work out
nothing.
till I'm blue in the face,
You
but if
have
I'm
to
not
eat,
eating right, I feel and look like
protein
shit.
and greens and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's
Drink
boring.
nothing but
It's
water.
so
Yeah,
boring, dude.
Exactly. Dude, I've done it for like a week or two here and there, and I'm like,
Can I tell you what I had fucking at McDonald's last night?
Oh, please. I had Chinese food last night
3
at 2 in the
times.
morning.
I have this two times a week.
yeah. Oh, I have a set order at every place. I think
Every
everyone
fucking
does.
Oh, you have
I
to
think
go to?
everyone
And if they
does.
don't
Yeah,
have
I think
it-
everyone does.
and if
What's
they
your go-to?
Where? Name the place, baby.
You said you do McDonald's. What's your go-to? Would you have McDonald's?
McDonald's, because that's
Yeah.
the only one that's usually late in Boston that's
Yeah.
open 24 hours,
All right.
drive-through. So I'll go in, I'll have one McChicken. Okay, I have 2 set orders if they don't have the first one.
Yeah.
This is the first set. If the first set is one McChicken, one McDouble, a sweet tea, it has to be large, okay? Vanilla caramel sundae. If
That's the killer right there.
if they don't
that's
have
crazy.
it, if
That's
they
a-
don't have it, go fuck themselves. I'm going to the next 24 hours.
All right.
The second set is a number 2, which is a McDouble,
All right.
right?
I like the McDouble.
6-piece nuggets,
The nuggets are key.
sweet tea,
Key.
large fries, caramel sundae.
The caramel sundae, dude. Made it back.
You gotta.
That's got to be a fucking 1,500 calorie order.
It's a treat.
That's a crazy
It's a
order.
treat.
What do you go with at Mickey D's?
I'm a dollar menu bandit. I'll handle that because
Oh, you just get like three
McDonald's. I'll do like
3
I'll do,
cheeseburgers and run out the door.
Crispy Ranch snack wrap, a plain
Oh.
crispy ranch snack wrap, plain double cheeseburger, and like a fry with like a sweet and sour sauce on the side. And I used to do the orange high C, but they got rid of it.
Orange ice.
If I'm like real hungover in the past, not so much anymore, but. I've been known to get like a plain cheeseburger and just be like, just put extra cheese on it, and that's it. Just like one plain
So
single
plain, no
burger.
ketchup, nothing?
No, and just like drive away and eating that, like hungover, leaving it like
Oh, that's a
more
good
so
one.
back in the day.
I like the little onions that they put on there. I've always
I
liked
don't
the
mind
onions.
any of that shit. Like I'm not like against condiments or anything. I don't something about fast. Even Wendy's or Burger King, I'll get like a plain cheeseburger too.
That was my first job was at McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, I had to make a Big Mac. I make 6
New
Big
York
Macs in under
City?
30 seconds. Yeah,
Was it like
on 39th
violent
Street.
beatings in line sometimes and shit?
I worked. What did I work? I worked the late shift.
Were you customer service or were you in the back, Randy?
I was in the grill, in the back.
You were flipping burgers?
Yeah, dude, I can make
You
everything.
ever see like
Hell yeah, son! I know how to do all that shit.
I worked at like a pizza place for years. I've cooked all sorts of shit.
I did it for 6 weeks and then I was out.
What's the
Made out with a 19-year-old girl that was 14. Made out with a 19-year-old girl that was fun.
Was she Puerto Rican?
She's Dominican.
Because you worked at McDonald's?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, she worked in the morning shift. And she told the manager, like, "Oh, that guy's cute." And I was like, and I made out with down the fucking meat locker or whatever.
You got
in the freezer. In the freezer. And I was like, by the way, I'm like in high school, right? She's like, oh, okay. I'm like,
Dominican and Puerto
I didn't
Rican.
even get
Who
laid.
says you can't get along?
I was like a fat kid. I didn't even get laid until I was 18. People like would always be telling casual stories about like
I didn't get laid
girls
till
at
I was
like a young
16.
age. I was like,
I didn't get laid till I was 16, and
I'm not like embarrassed. I'm an adult now. I've had my fair share. It's like, you know what I mean? I've done all right. Like not
you don't have to feel sorry for me, Randy.
Yeah, I haven't done like I've done okay, like decent.
I got a girlfriend now.
yeah. But
yeah.
Oh, I don't.
10 years, man.
But people always like. I always knew kids growing up that were like getting laid young. I'd be like, fuck. Dude, the black kids I went to school with, they'd all be like, oh, I got my dick sucked when I was like 14. I was like, my mind would be like blown. You know what I mean? It'd be like the craziest shit to me. Like no one I knew did that.
Well, I had so I when I was in high school, I had anal sex when I was in high school. Not my ass, but my partner's.
Yeah.
But when I got to college,
fucking girl in the ass.
none of my, but like freshman year, like I was just talking to my friends about, like whatever I did with this girl or whatever, and they're like, "What? Yeah, it's anal sex." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "She was my girlfriend. We had it regularly." She's like, "It's like, dude, that's like my dream." One of my buddies. I'm like, I don't know if it's a real dream.
You thought it was like you just thought it was normal.
Well, I thought it was just like, part of what you try when you're doing it. And they were like, because I was my high school girlfriend or whatever. I was like, oh, it's just what we do. And they were like, no, that's just not regular. You don't just regularly.
I've like most likely missed my chance at this point. Like,
I don't know, the wedding night anal sex maybe.
I don't think I even want to try. She's little. She's very small.
After going to Taco Bell, right?
No, I don't want to do that.
She's a very small person.
Now it makes sense, Randy. Why? Now it makes sense. Like I'm like, oh shit, he had anal in his high school. He's experienced everything.
Oh well, I mean, dude, it was when you're experimenting. Come on, you're fucking 17, 18. You try it all.
I wish I was. I'm not fucking knocking you. I wish I was fucking girls in the ass when I was 16. You crazy? I'd probably made out with like 2 girls my whole life at that point.
I wish I was fucking girls in the ass when I was 16.
Oh, shit. I'd probably gotten like 2 makeouts, dude.
That was always fun though, make it out in middle school.
You know what my thing was in high school?
What's
I didn't really get laid a lot, but I definitely I went to like dances.
Yeah.
And I
Chase is in a breakdance crew. Did you know about this?
You were in a dance crew?
I was in a dance crew, but this is the thing.
DRS.
No,
Armani.
Armani.
Are you a good dancer? I'm
fucking
You're Irish and white. Yeah.
Negative rhythm.
Yeah. But this is the thing though. I used to be a fucking dude. I was a jerk off in high school, so it's like I played sports, but like whatever. Like I'd go to these dances and like these clubs, under 21 clubs, but like I didn't really was getting laid. I didn't have sex until like 18 when I was in college, whatever. But I wouldn't wear any underwear, and I'd fucking wear pants, and I'd just like grind up on chicks. And, like,
that is so classy.
Yeah, dude.
To this day, I think if I were to grind,
but they'd back it up on me.
Stiffy, dude. I always use not like full on stiffy, but I'd be like, I'd have to like walk away. I'd be like, this is like embarrassing.
Yeah. No, I get dry humped. These girls would dry hump me. It was like while we were dancing.
Back then, man,
I probably still would.
Dry humping was so funny.
I was like, if I like grind, I'm sure I probably would still fucking.
I came.
You really?
Like I came.
Probably, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Whoa! You came dancing?
Dude, it doesn't take much.
I don't take that much for me. Like, when I was like 16, I was like,
not to come. I don't. But to get me like hard doesn't take much.
Yeah.
To get you.
I'm like a 15-year-old in that sense.
Yeah.
To get me hard, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't. Yeah.
So you came on the dance floor? Like you just got a wet patch and you just walking around with underwears and a wet patch?
No, like I would put like
that oyster in your pants?
No, like I'd put like it's weird. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like I don't want to walk around with a wet load, so I'd put a condom on my fucking dick and then like
wow,
dancing like that?
You danced with a condom on.
Oh man, that's wild.
How is that not a bit?
Yeah, seriously.
I used to go to the club and put a condom on before I got there and dance until I ejaculated into the condom.
You're going to get fucking Me Too'd by some girl you danced with in like 86.
I know. It's the end of Chase's career right here.
Yeah. No, I thought I was doing them a favor.
You said his dance crew's name and some girl just had like a trigger like go off. Like, oh shit.
She broke, yeah.
That's that kid.
No, it was good. It was clean. My fucking pants weren't fucking wet. I fucking went to the bathroom.
I mean, it was a smart idea, but it's weird.
Wild.
It's definitely
That's wild.
Putting the condom on was smart, but it's definitely weird.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck? I was sick. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah. Let's just blame it on the fact that you were. How old were you? 15?
Fuck, whatever.
25. Last week, whatever. Fucking last week.
Who's counting here, Randy?
Yeah, exactly. You're asking a lot of questions, Randy.
Yeah. People should end on that note. I don't know, maybe.
You want to end on that note?
I don't know.
We can end on that. We can do one more news story.
You can't end off fucking
On you masturbating on.
I just don't get how you like walk around with like a soft dick and you with a condom on all the time.
I mean, you could put it on. It'd be gross.
I can put it on. It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just gonna be like weird as
Oh,
shit.
slimy with a condom on.
Like, walking around all weird. I feel like.
It was.
Well, hopefully it doesn't slide off. That means you got a problem, right?
It was. I mean, it was. I'm not. It was an interesting time in my life at that time as a teenager. Fucking we did weird shit. You think that was?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
fucking girls in the ass at 16. I'm just wearing a condom on. Get the fuck out of here.
That's a good point. That's a good point. If anyone's getting Me Too'd here, it's going to be me. Probably. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that.
All
right. Let's do the last one here. Deadline News broke that Scarlett Johansson is going to be teaming up with director Rupert Sanders for a movie called Rub and Tug.
I've seen this. She's going to be the trannies are all
mad? It said that's basically
Did I say that wrong? Probably.
So it says the two previously worked together on an adaptation of Ghost in the Shell, another movie in which the center of controversy, as many saw Johansson's role in the film as Makoto Kushagi as a form of whitewashing of a character that was Asian. In the case of Rub and Tug, she's being called out for, quote, trans face, as one person on Twitter commented. Another called
trans face?
Trans face.
Like blackface?
Yeah, I guess.
Trans face.
Yeah, it's so funny. Trans face has got to be real
just
ugly.
When you put on those like fake eyebrows.
So fucking fake eyebrows and eyelashes.
Yeah.
Another called it a case of cis washing. I don't know what cis washing is. Cis means you're straight white. People are not being shy about calling out Johansson
to get me in trouble at the last 2 minutes of the podcast.
No, totally not. So people are not being shy about calling out Johansson for playing the trans man, since this could be considered her second offense when it comes to appropriating. In this case, not cultural appropriation, but gender identity appropriation.
What was her first appropriating?
She played the main character in this movie called Ghost in the Shell that was originally written for an Asian woman.
Oh, I actually think I remember that. This one I actually saw.
Rub and Tug?
Well, no, I saw this story because at my desk job on the MSN.
Oh yeah, just fucking
shout out to MSN.
I know, right? So what do you think, dude?
I mean,
is this a controversy? Is this a real problem now?
Everything's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to fucking think anymore. But this one,
trans face I like.
Because when I was reading it, dude, they were showing tweets from trans actors, and like what like a couple of their arguments was like, well, we never get like even auditions to play like woman, and it's like.
Because you don't look like a woman.
It's like, yeah, come on, man. Like, you're going to play, like, in a movie? They don't even fucking... You could be the best actor in the world. If you're a fat prick that looks like me, you're not going to get these fucking leading roles.
Well, that's...
You know what I mean? You think you're going to get
a
dude's going to play the leading lady in a fucking... It's just... It is what it is.
Maybe
it's not right, but, like, come on. That's like a weak argument.
I'm kind of in the same space in that it's not right, it's not fair, but Hollywood's never been right or fair.
Exactly,
it always goes to the hottest, biggest star.
Yes, dude.
And ScarJo's a hot, big star. Like, you're not going to pick up a nobody off the street, like...
brilliant actors and actresses that aren't that great looking and that don't get the fucking... major roles, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Steve Buscemi hardly plays the hero in a movie, you know?
Exactly.
Like he's always going to be the second banana.
That's what I mean, dude. And it's like, I get, like, it's definitely, I can't even imagine how hard it is to be a trans fucking actor or actress.
That's what I'm saying. How many trans actors and actresses are there?
I can't even imagine how hard it is, you know what I mean? It's definitely
I could tell you.
hard as fuck.
I can tell you you're trans as a trans actor.
There's no way they have it easy, and I feel for them in that sense, but, like, she was like, well, I dare you to give us, like, an audition as a woman, and it's like... You're not going to get that. Like, pick your battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't see Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect trying to go into the lead role like she's going to be Fat Amy. Like that's like.
And if they do, the whole movie premise is going to be like the gimmick, like I'll make this fat bitch good looking. Like you know what I mean? That's what Hollywood does. Like
they Hollywood it up.
That Freddie Prinze movie. He's like, I'll make this fucking nerd hot.
Exactly. I also wonder. I mean, shame on me. I don't know that many trans actors like that are celebrities.
Well, I mean.
Can you name any?
They definitely get limited roles. That's why.
Of course.
Well,
but
that show. I think
as a production company, if you're trying to build a movie, you want a star.
Well, because like Orange is the New Black, that show that Jeffrey Tambor got kicked off, Transparent.
Yeah.
That's like those are both have like a lot of them, and I think one more show.
But I mean, that's the thing. Then are they going to be filling in seats? Like people go see Scarlett Johansson movies because she's Scarlett Johansson. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Like it's a business.
It's a business. Exactly. That's what I mean.
Well, they're giving them the
They're
opportunity.
selling tickets.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
I don't know. That's just life.
It's also making her feel bad. I mean, she's like we're all the feminists sticking up for a woman. You know, like what the like they're just taking down.
That's the thing.
They're like eating their own. They're eating their own young. It's like fucked up.
Exactly,
you know, it's really mean. It's a really mean spirited thing to do.
And I feel like a weird thing that happens a lot is fucking women just get like attacked for being like good looking, like on Instagram and shit. Like
Girls get like killed just to like wear a bikini. It's like, what's wrong with that? They're probably making money doing that. All those Instagram models get fucking advertisements.
But that's always been like that. That's always but that's more normal though than anything else. Being a beautiful person is always. But in
this day and age, when it's like everything is like.
Everything's an insult to
woman power and shit. Like, what's wrong with them fucking doing that?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I find it weird that like everything seems to get taken to, like you said, to the nth degree immediately. It's like, oh, she's trans-face, cis-washing. Like, she took a role.
It's probably an interesting script.
The fuck did you just say? What did you just say?
Trans-face. In this article, they called her out for being a trans-face, and this is a case of cis-washing.
I thought that was a fucking order at Starbucks. You just said.
I love trans-face. I gotta put that into a bit.
Like, you're fucking cis-washing. I'd be like, what?
Exactly.
It definitely wouldn't insult me.
It wouldn't insult me.
I told Chase in the podcast. I was like, yo, Chase, you know you're a cis male. He's like, speak for yourself, motherfucker. Apparently, cis male just means you're a straight man.
Dude, the first time I heard cis, I was like, cool. It's not even straight man. It means like man or woman who identifies as a man or woman and like likes the other. It's like
likes the opposite sex.
It's like
heterosexual.
What? Yeah, exactly. It's like, but you can't
average whatever.
Exactly. It's like the fucking vast majority of the world is what it is. Like, but they made it. I don't know. It's like this bad thing all of a sudden.
Why?
Exactly. Everything. It's like
well, because
no one can like. You can't like you have to be all in on one side. Both sides do it. It's like you can't like just see like all right. Well, the kind of. I'm with you on these 5 things, but I disagree with this. You're not allowed to do that. Everything has to be like all in.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Everything
it's tribal.
Like,
it makes no sense, dude. It's like there's no middle anymore.
It's grouped and like identified by one thing. Like you can't like.
And
it's crazy.
What I don't enjoy, and this happens, actually it seems to be happening a little bit more, on the more left-leaning side. It's this sort of taking. I know I said it. Shots fired. Coming from a liberal guy.
I don't
deal with it. No, it's taking people down. It's taking people down, like taking away your rights, not getting your own. It's like I can't have it, so you can't have it either. It's like no, why don't we both get it?
And it's also not even like political. I know what you're saying, but like also like the like Twitter mentality. It's not even just like. Hey, like, let's make sure this guy knows what he did wrong. It's like, let's ruin this guy's life.
Oh, forever. You're banned for life.
Get fired from his fucking job when he has a wife and 3 kids. You know what I mean?
Like I said, you're excommunicated.
It might not even be political. It's like, could be something like that. Being like, oh, why can't Scarlett Johansson be in this movie? And then all of a sudden, some fucking famous girl with a blue check mark gets thousands of her fans after you when you go viral, and then all of a sudden your life's ruined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's
what's like horrifying.
That's what I'm saying. You get banished. It's immediate banishment.
And it's like, that's what they want. I don't want my worst enemy to lose their job if they have a fucking family and shit and rent. Well, you know what I mean? I don't want anyone to lose their job. I might hate your fucking guts. Not want you to be happy in life.
They're trying to be compassionate towards trans people by being intolerant of other people. It's like, wait a minute, that's
you just like literally you want to like even if like your intent was like, hey, you shouldn't have said that, then say it like that. Why ruin the person's life?
It's like you're
I'm
done.
I'm a fucking idiot. I say things wrong all the time, but if you tell me and I know it offends people, I'll make an honest effort not to say it anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking.
No, but
there's no malice behind me saying anything. It's just like I grew up in this fucking stupid little world where I talk like a fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my friends just say stupid shit.
I think we all been pretty much grown up like in some capacity the same way.
Yeah, you grew up on the street, and fuck is the most common word you use. Like it's the very limited vocabulary. Like,
exactly.
Me,
it's just like
me specifically.
But like, it's just, I hate. That's the only thing I hate. It's just like the fact that like you should know all this. It's like no, I shouldn't. These words didn't even exist until like a year ago in common like conversation.
On your first offense you're banned and you didn't even know you offended somebody. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
If you give me some time, maybe give me a year or two, and I'll fucking learn the rules. You know what I mean? Like it's all new.
It takes a little practice.
Just if I slip up and say fucking tranny once, I'm not fucking. It doesn't mean I want to fucking shoot them all in the fucking face.
Yeah,
it's just a word I use as a fucking 16-year-old. I never saw one. I never met one. You know what I mean?
I know. I feel like trans face is more insulting than tranny. You hate trans face.
It's crazy.
Trans face.
It's really getting out of whack. It's really getting out of whack.
I just think, like I said, it's mean spirited. It seems a little like it's very like let's get her. It's like
that's what it is.
It feels like a lynching, like an online lynching. It's weird.
Both sides. That's what it's just a mob mentality. Like let's just.
That's exactly right.
Ruin this person's life. Like people have to legally change their fucking names and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I don't know anyone personally, but I'm sure people fucking had to. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The kid from the Duke lacrosse should have to legally change his name and shit.
Oh, dude, they
way back in the day. I can't even imagine the shit on Twitter.
They never reported what the settlement was. All those guys got settlements from Duke, but like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, my
court of public opinion is all that matters. It's the most fucked up.
In my act, I use Duke lacrosse players because everyone knows they associate Duke lacrosse with date raping women, even though it didn't happen. Like I use it in my act, even though it is an untruth. You know, it's like. It's like the Richard Gere dribble in his butt story.
Those kids had to legally change their fucking names. They couldn't even get jobs and shit. They didn't do fucking anything. I mean, they probably did something, but they didn't rape a fucking girl.
I mean, they hired a prostitute.
They threw some parties and they probably did some stupid shit drunk over the course of their 4 years there, but they didn't fucking do what
that crime. Yeah,
exactly.
What they were on the stand for.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure.
And you know how
I'm sure some girls left the fucking lacrosse house not feeling too comfortable before.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
they didn't fucking do what they're accused of. That their lives got ruined for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you know that woman that they accused, or that accused them of raping her, actually is in prison for life now. She killed her boyfriend.
I know.
She ended up murdering her boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, she admitted to lying.
Yeah.
And Nifong went to jail. The DA went to jail.
But you know what, Randy? They don't talk about that though.
Oh yeah, the Rolling Stone didn't do a cover story on how they fucked up the first story.
Yeah,
you know, like they don't. The recanting of the story is always a small little thing in the corner, but the original story is a front page
and
fucking.
That's what everyone cares about. Exactly.
Yeah, it's always the first thing in.
Oh, I'm gonna get all fired up.
I know. I got them all worked up.
I read about for-profit prisons the other day, and I've been like angry for 2 weeks.
Oh, you've never heard about it? Oh, that's one of my favorite things.
I had heard of it, but I didn't like go down a wormhole yet. And then I finally went down the wormhole, and I've been like furious.
It's bad, dude.
It like makes me sick.
Yeah,
it's like an oxymoron, dude. I won't get going on it again.
We got to have Kyle back.
It's fucking insane, dude.
I know that you get money for putting people in a cage.
Like the more people in prison,
the more money a company makes.
So then you're looking for people to put in prison.
You know who owned a lot of those for-profit prisons? It's a big Boston company, Bain Capital. Bain Capital's a big Boston institution. They've hired a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. The guy wears like the mouthpiece over his mouth. I've seen signs. I don't know what the fuck they do.
It's a big investment house, but they owned a lot of the for-profit prisons in the country at one point.
Wow.
CRC correction facilities and Cornell companies.
Dude, did you read the Rolling Stone thing? The kid that got killed in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Fucking wild. He was in there for stealing a fucking DVD. He was in there for like 3 years.
And they just
got brutally murdered.
Yeah, dude, that's well. And the problem is too, when you send someone to prison, if they're innocent, they tend to be criminals. They tend to be criminals afterward too, because the recidivism rate is like almost 100%.
And
you can't
that
do
one in
else.
Arizona, dude, they sold it to the town as only people that get DUIs will come here, and within like 3 years, there was like violent murderers overrunning the place, and they can't get anyone to even work there. So the fucking prisoners literally run the place.
That's crazy.
It's fucking wild.
Well, Kyle, where are you going to be?
What do you want to plug, buddy? This week, check them out Friday night, right? At the Lap Boston.
When's this drop?
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon, actually. Because I'm going to get fucked up tonight.
I think it's John Harvard's Thursday, the Josh Filipowski show.
Oh, okay.
But Friday, I'd rather I don't mean that. It's usually a decent room.
Yeah.
I don't mean that at all. I mean Friday, I'm on a thing at Laugh where like
I fucking love Kyle.
Audience could help me win, so I'd rather that. That's
yeah, so come out, guys. Friday night, I'll be there.
If you're around Thursday, come out too. It is a good room, honestly. The Laugh Boston Friday, there's some contest. There's like 25 comics in it. I don't know.
You got social media, man. Please plug your shit. Please.
I'm on there. I don't know. I'm hosting a weekend in Knicks in August.
Oh, nice.
That's like the coolest thing I got.
Awesome.
Nice.
Coming up.
Kyle, man. He's very funny. Very funny.
Mr. Kyle McNally, thank you, buddy. This was fun. We'll definitely have you back on. We'll smoke heavier next time, too. Well, actually, we'll smoke a lot more right now, too.
Yeah, we got to do part two.
I know. We got to get into the politics. I didn't know, Kyle. I didn't know you were a political guy.
Dude, that's one of the biggest things I hate about getting this desk job. Is because this fucking election was so wild.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it, and I'm fucking sitting in front of a computer bored.
Ingesting it all day like I am.
Dude, I literally couldn't have. I was like an adult who knew nothing about politics, and I was perfectly happy with that. And now it's even worse because I don't even have I hate both sides. Like I've like turned into like a fucking maniac where all I read about is like the like. Who's the greedy fuck behind this? Who's the greedy fuck behind that?
You start going down the rat hole, and you just you look for articles that make you angry when you read them. You know,
dude. And then it's like I'm just losing faith in the whole fucking country. Like I don't even. Yeah. I liked it way better when I was just like, hey, who's my grandfather voting for? All right, I'll vote for him. Now I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever fucking vote again. I'm like, they don't give a fuck about these people. They don't give a fuck about these people. Like it's just fucking mayhem.
Well, where you at, Randy? Next week?
Next week.
No, I don't. I would never do like a political podcast. I don't do it on stage or anything.
No, I know. But
I really don't have political opinions as much as just like
societal opinions.
Yeah, hate for like each side's bad shit. Like
we're not like
neither side.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just think some shit's got to come back. Both sides need to come to the middle more.
For sure.
Like, it's just nothing but fight.
Well, they're not talking to each other. They're just arguing. Yeah.
maybe I didn't know anything about politics, but I feel like it couldn't have been this bad. Always.
It wasn't. It
like,
wasn't.
You know what I mean?
It really wasn't.
There's no one works with anyone. Nothing gets done.
Nah,
it's
it
like,
wasn't.
what the fuck is going on? Nothing gets done. Anyone else would be fired if they were just doing nothing and fighting with their coworkers.
It kind of started happening in the Clinton administration. You and I are old enough to remember that when he got impeached. That's when it really started to crash.
I was 11 for 9/11. You know what I mean? Like I didn't pay attention.
I was in college, dude. That's
what I mean.
I was old man River over here.
I was 11 years old. I was 12 actually. I turned 12 in May.
No, we'll definitely fucking do a part 2 because I feel like because a lot of people I feel like share that same
for-profit prisons.
Yeah,
for-profit prisons. I'm down to talk about.
All right. We'll have to plan it. We'll have to have you back on soon.
Politics. I'm pretty. I'm fairly neutral. I don't.
Yeah.
I can see both
Do you
sides
like
arguments on
conspiracy
most
theories, too?
things. On some stuff, yeah.
All right, we can get into that. We can get into that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of them, but I'm interested in hearing.
Because I bet Chase has some conspiracy theories.
Know what I like?
that he believes in.
Know what I'm obsessed with, like wormholes on, is like cults.
Oh,
I get obsessed with cults.
yeah, like those. Well,
That NXIVM
Waco,
fuck.
Texas.
I've been talking about.
Oregon.
I've been telling my girlfriend about NXIVM for 2 years, and now it's finally going. This guy's going to court. The guy with the girl from fucking Veronica Mars, whatever show it was.
Oh yeah.
One of those WB shows.
Yeah.
She was like recruiting people that this guy fucked. I've been reading about this fuck for 2 years, dude.
Oh, you're into that? You into R. Kelly? What about R. Kelly's?
Yo, that shit's wild. I love that shit. Like, yeah, that shit, like true crime shit, serial killers, like sick fuck psychos. I love that shit.
Kyle's a very lighthearted guy, as you can tell.
I can't wait for the next.
It just interests me.
Friday Night Laugh Boston Kids.
Interests me. Yeah.
His act is funnier than the stuff about for-profit prisons.
Yeah. My act's not
Nothing to do with that at all.
My act's not intelligent at all. There's like zero intellect.
But
it's funny.
But it's funny. It's truth though. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? That's right. You got July 26th, Providence.
That's all I got. Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there. I think I'm. What do I have for the rest of the month? I don't even know. I gotta look at my fucking calendar.
I'm the same way. Dude.
I had a bunch of shit earlier in the month, and I got nothing for August right now. I gotta figure out August. So if you're listening, bookers, August.
Yeah.
Trish.
July 26th, Comedy Connection. I'll be there. Nice. That's it.
Yeah, we'll be down there.
Follow Randy, follow us. Ready, Set, Blow Podcast.
Yep. If you want to email the podcast, readysetblowpodcast@gmail.com. readysetblowpodcast@gmail.com. So I wanted to give a special shout out to my family. I had a great time this weekend. Yeah. It was nice. It was nice seeing everybody. They listened. You know, it's great seeing them down there. My foot's getting better, Mom.
I apologize. I apologize to the Valera family about my condom experience, but I was young and too much Run DMC going on.
Yeah, I wanted my brother to text me about it. No,
I
but
like
it was
that
just,
they listen.
yeah, it was nice. We get together once a year like that, all together. It's good. It's fun.
Obviously, I'm sure you will. When I get tagged in like Facebook on this,
yep.
My mother will like probably listen, even though I like.
Good.
I don't want to listen to anything. I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything that bad on this or anything. But I just never wanted to listen to like anything I do.
Right.
Oh well, my mom actually. So I did a spot down there in D.C. and big shout out to Jack Coleman and Capital Laughs for having me at Town Tavern. My siblings came and saw me for the first time.
My parents have seen me.
My mom hung back. My grandparents. I'm like they probably shouldn't see this. They're not gonna want this. You talking about?
I don't want like my girlfriend family to see me. They like say they want to see me.
Oh yeah, no.
She like doesn't want it like adamantly. I'm like, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but your act isn't that filthy, man. Like my act is
no, it's just like I talk about like sex stuff, and clearly it's
that's the stuff.
She's my girlfriend, like you know what I mean. That's like the only thing, but it's not like crazy dirt. It's not like violent sex.
Well, and my mom. So when I came home, my brother taped the set, and and he showed it to my mom. And I assume she thought it was funny. She laughed when she was watching it.
Yeah.
But she saw the closer. I gotta ask. I've never asked her about my closer. I gotta ask her how she took that.
His stepdad.
Yeah, it's all true. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for coming, Kyle. Thanks to my parents and my grandparents for the great vacation, Chase. As always, lovely having you, son.
Thank you.
And we'll be back maybe later this week. Maybe we can try and do another one. Maybe we'll see. But keep it tuned, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.
Where's the broadcast, you bitch?